Oh, flip. I fixed the lag though. I realized what it was.
What was it?
Spotify web browser is the laggiest. Anytime your computer giving problem, close Spotify. For some reason that takes up so much pressure.
Anytime you can be taking trouble.
If my game lagging, I just close Spotify and it fixes. Any kind of lag is Spotify.
I'm fixing this a little bit. I'm coming in here a little bit. Alright, well, go live. Alright, guys, so we'll that one again. We'll that last one. We'll start off with that one, dog. And checking connection.
You could bring it back more. So
Yeah, but we
I
got
can
through
hear it.
pony flicking tune, dog. You don't know how we just rock, dog. You know we don't play, dog. Prezi for the resi, but yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah. That's
Jesus
just cut up down through
Christ.
Perfect. That's it right there. It's Koyel, your boys.
Mic check, 1, 2.
Alright, boom. Alright,
check,
boom,
one,
and Shan.
two.
Alright, that's all. Everybody in the frame, right?
Yeah.
Alright, straight. So yeah, we good. We good
In the
now.
frame, come on. Mic check, 1, 2.
So we listening to the big dog.
Big up Kutin.
Big up
Raekwon
Kutin.
featuring Kutin. Careful. Remix. Don't play it at all.
Don't play.
Don't play, dog. You don't play.
We outside right now.
Resi, dog.
What does that mean?
We outside like the class clown.
Honest.
Wait. Partner. Where me know? Where ask?
He does not know what
Prezi
Prezi
for the resi mean.
What's that mean?
Have you met Brian, dog? Brian does not know.
This nigga don't know what
Block
Prezi.
into his face.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've been trying
we
to
don't
show
know
you.
that.
Keep moving.
Hey, our greatness is
Dog, what's going on with you, boy?
Outside like the class cloud.
Big
Yeah.
up the Kutin.
Bring up Raekwon one time, bring up Kutin one
Exactly.
time, dog. Good, watch people coming on the live, boy. We are 60 people on the live right now.
What?
People don't know
inside.
about the talk real nonsense.
Yeah, I know. We're going to talk real nonsense, dog. Alright, boom. No, but hold on. You was asking my important question, dog. What Prezi for the rest
What
of
is
me?
Prezi for the resident?
Dog, so alright, dog, boom. My sister go on a little party, dog.
Okay.
You understand? My sister educated in the slang now, boy. Make up
Okay.
clean one time, right? And she go on posing so only party. Alright, you see, man. She posing so, dog.
Gunman thing now.
And she done so. Prezi for the resi. Dog, Prezi is the man who in charge of Rasta City. Well, one of the bosses.
Rasta
And all
City.
the songs that people singing, like most of the time, they don't even know what they're saying, dog. Like they're backing up all the bosses in Rasta City. So when they're saying, bring up a Swanee or something, dog.
Literally any Swanee.
Any Swanee, bring up a Swanee. So when people hear, go
Start
here,
from the
bring
classic,
up
go for
Brazzy,
them.
bring up Burkey,
Nah,
bring
go
up-
for them really is the one, eh?
Yeah, go for them,
list
go for them.
All of them. Go for them, just have them back to back to back. Men whose names you should not be calling, but dog.
Yeah, no, big man thing, dog. Wait, hold on, what's shipping this you talking? No, I'm kidding!
And this right here is going to get salty, man.
Yeah, we
This right
making
here?
real noise, dog.
We are not only making noise, taking number gunman music.
I was here vouching for y'all to know. I was telling my mom, no, the nice people.
Yeah, the nice people.
And then this one.
No, but big man thing, that's what it is. So we promoting. It's so funny though. It's like,
We.
no.
French
Generally,
class.
alright. Generally, we promote the craziness through the music. Like once the medium is through music, it's like seen as okay.
Yeah.
But they're talking about the same foolishness regardless.
I see a point there.
No, for sure. I think we've told that talk before.
Yeah, we
We've
did.
told
We
that talk
actually
before.
did. Yeah, but you wanna? Cause the people in here they talk.
I didn't hear the talk.
Alright, so like the question is, is it okay to be like singing about and popularizing music that is about terrible things, right? Like people talking about like gunman life and just that kind of violence in general.
I would say yes.
You would say yes? Why would you say yes?
I believe like the moment you put any restrictions on arts, like you're just doing it to injustice.
Let
The
me-
whole-
let me-
it
let me
defeats the
introduce-
purpose of
that-
art.
Let me
that
choose
was
a
not a-
perspective, right?
No,
I write poetry, right? You could assume a character. You could assume something that's not necessarily your reality. And that was one of my biggest points when it comes to when people talking about like why are you doing hip hop when you doing it's not like it's not you. you don't. It's not like your reality. What they talk
No,
about.
I'm telling you,
I love
bro.
Salvation, doesn't it?
So,
Just skip up.
alright, dog.
Yeah.
So basically, I have brethren, no, not brethren. I am around people sometimes who literally live and breathe what these men saying. Dog.
Reality.
So they are literally
Reality.
waking up, dog, and they are literally meditating on these lyrics, and they are trying to emulate exactly what these people are saying through the
Right.
lyrics, and that is problematic.
Do you think
That
that
is
is misleading
scary.
because those people don't necessarily exactly live it to the fullest? Like, do you think it's exaggerated in the music versus the reality of people who sing it?
I don't even think exactly.
Yeah, but it's not the
I think-
song's fault. I believe like they're put in a situation where, you know, they have to live that life, or like, you know, they kind of fell into that pattern. The song didn't get them
You
there.
know, stepping into a big conversation. Brian, look, how do you do this? Look, every time you talk to Brian, no, yeah, be sidestepping some huge conversation. Because, okay, no, so
So we
it's
didn't
not.
introduce the podcast.
This song,
Hey, hi.
So we have to introduce the podcast, right?
Hey,
This
hi.
is Koyal. For those who don't know, this is Tariq.
this is his Instagram.
Oh no!
Oh
no,
yeah,
shit.
alright, so boom, this is my,
It's
well,
mine.
this is,
I'm Brian.
And I'm
Yeah,
Salvation.
Oh, I'm Tariq.
yeah, and this is something we're doing, we just having, we trying, a podcast thing we're doing for a while. Well, this is the second episode we on?
Second group.
Second
Fourth.
or
Well,
second
what
or fourth.
is it?
Yeah,
depending on
yeah.
how you make it.
Second time we're doing it.
The second time this
Yeah.
group is doing it, so
Second plus two.
Okay.
so the second time this group is doing it, right?
Yeah, so it's the second one. This is the first time I'm doing it on Instagram Live to test it
Yeah.
out to see how it is. So
Yeah,
the
just
first
see how
time we
the
have this
interface
kind of interaction thing. Hold on, a man saying big up Berkey, R.I.P.
Okay,
Mice.
brother,
Big up
brother,
Messi.
brother.
Big up Dole. Big up
Not
you whole Rasta City team just get big up there, you know, dog.
Not-
me.
Dog,
not-
Fashion.
Not
Yeah.
Fashion, how come everybody, why nobody in 51 though? Like, I
So,
surprised
why
so much
you-
people.
Are we not interfacing with Brian's?
Alright,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I'm
want to
sorry, I'm
hear
sorry, yeah,
your
yeah, I'm
argument.
sorry, I'm
I want
sorry.
to hear your argument.
My argument, hold on.
Alright,
Yeah.
No,
Because I've thought about this a lot.
Yeah, I have a problem with people. Okay, so like, this is the problem with art, right? It have people who internalize art and try to live what they hear. So, alright, so
Life imitates art, Lana Del Rey.
no, literally. So, for example, let me put it in a different sense now. So, I know in hip hop as well, people, if Drake is singing something, the way we were literally just talking about this. If Drake says something, niggas want to do what Drake says. Like when Rihanna said something, it was Rihanna or Kylie Jenner was talking about
Kylie.
Snapchat.
Yeah, I did too, but Kylie.
Yeah. People stopped using Snapchat.
Their sales plummeted.
It plummeted.
Like,
So what these
noticeable difference? Like,
When she
I
said,
don't
is
buy
it,
no
is it
small-
just me or is Snapchat feeling different, something like that?
Or it's
Some-
like, oh, does nobody else open this app or some nonsense like
Yeah.
that?
Wait.
Yeah, so that means
just for
literally
that.
what these artists are saying has weight. So it does have influence on how
I mean, that was
people live
different,
their
right?
lives.
That was like her just bad talking Snapchat.
No, she
you
was
know?
just expressing
was
herself
that
on
after
social
the
media.
Rihanna?
You won't call that an art form. She didn't put it in an
No,
art
alright,
No,
form.
but
okay,
she's
fair.
an artist.
But she's an artist.
Quote
so what they
unquote.
say,
Quote
what they say is taken. People live by what they say.
Okay.
So if you look up to, I know people who look up to people like Swanee and thing,
Easy,
right? People look up to
easy.
Swanee, people look up
Lots.
to Jelano, people to look, and we're not bashing them at all. They're doing what they're doing, right? Cool. But when they are
That
promoting
man does
something
none but his gunshot
that
too.
is, could come across as extremely negative and is obviously influencing our society in a negative way, what is the, what?
Take your time, take your time.
Yeah, I know. But yeah,
Yeah, but
it's
do you
problematic.
think? Do you
Different
think
thing,
the
what?
music is causing the violence?
I think there's an undeniable influence that the music has on the effect of violence.
See,
I
you
think
can
there
you
are
say
lots of
that
people-
because
I
this
am
song
not,
existed?
So I am not say so I can't necessarily say because this song existed, this crime necessarily happened. That is not what I'm about to say to you.
But do you think
But
there's any
the
situation
media,
like
yeah, yes, because the media we consume becomes the things we do, without a doubt.
And also
becomes that.
the effect of music is one of the most influential things in people's life.
For
in,
sure.
In
Yeah,
the sense of
for
like,
sure.
if in an environment where the music glorifies, and I use that word very
Yeah.
carefully, glorifies a certain lifestyle or a certain like culture, you would find that people who kind of generally consume that music at a certain extent or
Yeah.
certain depth would try
Normalize
to like
it.
emulate that kind of content or whatever. So there is some correlation there, but I don't think necessarily.
What we're saying is we don't have the numbers.
Yeah,
What we're
yeah,
saying
yeah.
is we don't have the numbers. What we have is what we like to call anecdotal data. Just people like who have lived like
That's
you.
communication studies. That's communication studies.
What I think the music more works as a catalyst, right?
Yeah.
I don't
Yes.
think the music turns anybody
No.
into a bad person.
I don't think so.
neither we necessarily, but that catalyst is dangerous.
Yes.
Yeah, but
that
like
catalyst is dangerous.
they were bad people.
Wrong! Jesus!
No,
dog. Only with this girl so
Tell me, can a good person go and kill the next man? It's
Yes.
impossible.
Yes.
Well, I mean, out of
100%
self-defense, maybe.
possible.
Crimes of passion.
100% possible.
Dog, have you ever seen The Dark Knight?
Yes.
Do you know what that movie's about?
I've watched it like
Yeah.
6 times.
There
I
you
still
go.
never really paid
It's
attention.
basically. No, I hate you, boy.
Bro,
you
my-
didn't send me, boy.
My concept, bro. I grew up going to school, coming home watching Tom and Jerry on TV.
Alright, dog. Let me just kill this. Boom. What do you want to talk about?
What? No, I want to finish.
You
You
want to?
wanna-
Alright. Finish. What do you want to say?
No, you're gonna tell me something. You said that.
Alright, so
Do you
yeah,
know
so-
the Dark
okay,
Knight's
so
about?
One. I think everybody here can say, like, at least Coyle and I know, we don't like to label people too much, right? Because
Okay.
labels
So I like
have
to
a
label
problem.
people.
I don't know what your stance is, so I don't want to speak for
I
you.
don't like to label people.
That's cool.
So
Stance.
coil yourself and me.
Great. So
Right.
yeah. So we don't like to label people as good
Mm.
people or bad people, right? Because the fact
Fair.
is, lots of people. So you can do it like there's multiple ways. Like Coyle's a bad person to somebody. Somebody thinks Coyle's a bad person. Somebody thinks I'm a bad person. Somebody probably thinks you're a bad person, right? Being good or bad is all a matter of perspective. Quote
Yeah.
unquote, with an asterisk. We're not doing that conversation now.
Okay.
So when you say that, like, could a good man go out and kill somebody? It's like,
What's a good man? You know?
what is a good man?
Yeah.
What is a good man? And what, like, so there are lots of things that could make a good man go to like murder, right?
Mm.
So when you say that, like, there's no way a good man go out and kill somebody, that's to me a very myopic perspective. Like, that's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I see where
that's
you're
you
coming
just like talking from your chest, and like I feel that, but like you need to think a little deeper when you
Yeah.
say statements like that, right?
I agree.
Okay, and then when you say like music didn't make any one man a murderer, right? Necessarily, quote unquote asterisks, to do with facts. But like it's not that I'm listening to Swanee thing. I feel like I am going to drop a body.
Sometimes. Sometimes.
But it could very easily be that that's the kind of thing I internalize, right? That's the kind of thing that I'm listening to. And a man give me vex today, and I listen to a Swanee lyric where a man say, put one shot in your head, make him sofa fly out, and I say, you know, for real, I sit down and I take this disrespect, boy, that what I really do, boy, and I pull up my breath and I say, dog, you imagine this man doing me so and so, well, dog, when the dog say, and tim, so said, so done.
Yeah.
Swanee didn't make that man kill nobody, right?
Now your pack is smoked.
Right? Panic. Swanee could easier just been like we don't know why Swanee does his music. I don't know. I'm not gonna speak for the man. But for lots of artists, people are just talking about the lives they live. People are just finding a space to express themselves. You and I are taking a space to express ourselves right now.
Do you think that applies to like when like celebrities glorify like the kind of like celebrity lifestyle? For example, when they like Drake, right?
Yeah.
Talk your mind now, boy.
Yeah,
Talk your
yeah,
mind
yeah.
now, boy.
Drake
Talk your
is
mind.
smart. Drake is
Right,
just
so
smart.
the way if you listen to Drake's lyrics, right, it's very easy to understand. Not even understand, but it's easy to say, okay, he's not lying in that he has the financial capital to be able to do what he talks about in his music in terms of
Yeah.
glorifying the living like extravagant lifestyle or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that principle of like when I don't want to say local, but like when what is it better with not violent music? Is violent music the better?
Yeah, influence is influence, bro. Once you have a position and people listen to you, then it will obviously affect people's decisions.
Yeah.
For example, why you think, alright, most brands want artists to talk about their brand.
Yeah.
Right.
Because there is an
have that
influence, they
capital,
have that
yeah.
power, yeah.
Clout
So
capital.
they have the clout, you
Yeah,
understand?
clout
And it's the same
capital.
thing. If you make something cool and you popularize something, people will want to do it.
Kanye West.
And they are legit. Yes, Kanye West is
You
the
like
best one of
saying
the.
things that-
No, Kanye West did.
Kanye West
For sure
embodies
he did,
it.
he
He
did.
does that very well.
sure.
Once you could communicate
Rest in
something
peace,
properly.
Kanye.
Rest in peace, Kanye. But yeah, once you could communicate something, people, and you have, you are I was watching this thing recently, and it was like they were talking about how they was relating us to how we aren't really that different from primitive people. So like, yeah, no, we aren't that different.
familiar.
What?
Condition of not being different from primitive.
Yeah, we
people.
aren't that different. Like we just like to talk. We like to say that we are civilized, but it's just ego really talking. We aren't that different, really. Like most of the. No, no. I'm not making that statement.
Yeah.
I'm not making that statement. It was something I was.
Such a sweet
I
conversation.
was
Yeah.
looking at. I was watching. I can't remember if it was a podcast. I can't remember if it was Joe Rogan or it was Jordan Peterson or one of those guys. I really can't remember. But they were saying that it was something. The all right. Before. The main people in the clan, so the elders or whatever, everybody will look up to the elders, right? It's the same thing we doing now.
Yeah.
The elders before, with I don't know how they used to they made themselves different. Like they have the different
Depends.
battle scars.
Yeah.
Depends on the culture.
Or like
Yeah,
the
it depends on the
paint
culture or the
Depends
paint, yeah,
on
whatever.
the discussion.
In our culture now, once you are seen as a celebrity or you have the you achieve the
Cloud
status
currency.
clout or the
They-
status
once you
quo,
have the clout
you are
Cloud
seen
currency.
as the same elder as past. So people take what you were saying a lot seriously.
Right.
It's just the cultural is
Do
a
you-
little
could-
different.
Could it also be said that like now, if it is that you have achieved a certain level of success in a particular field, people kind of look at you as okay, like I don't want to say a
listen.
guru in the field,
Yes,
no,
that
definitely.
is
Like a-
exactly
No,
what
but
it is,
definitely,
and
like-
they take your
No,
word
that's
as
for sure.
gold.
That's for sure.
right?
So, and that is why people when
Oh yeah, let's start back here.
oh yeah, talk back here. Wait.
As in, remember, he was
Mm.
talking about the influence of music, violent music, and how that affects.
Oh
the
yes,
individual.
so
Okay.
it's the same thing. So once these people are seen as, I don't know, these people are seen as what was he what I'm looking for? You know what I'm looking for?
Influencers.
Influencers, yes, but that's not what I'm looking for. Like they are seen as they
Leaders.
achieved
Community
what
leaders,
we are no, they achieved what we call success because they achieved the status quo basically.
Yeah,
yeah.
They have the money, they have the cars, whatever they show in this glamorous life. The cloud currency. So people look to them as if they know the way. Because they achieve what
They know the
everybody
way.
else they achieved what everybody
No, for
else
sure.
wants.
Yeah.
They,
So-
they essentially become role models.
They
Yeah.
essentially become rules. So when they say something, people take it as gold, and that is why it is
So
problematic.
So dangerous.
Okay,
Because they are
I know that
promoting
they have different-
violence.
Huh?
Your girlfriend actually told me that they had like how you shouldn't let
Shut
celebrities.
up, my baby kill.
You shouldn't let celebrities aren't your kids' parents.
Yeah, real talk.
Celebrities should not raise up like they are also human beings, just like they are flawed just like you are.
Correct.
So don't expect a celebrity to be this moral of standard, like this is a benchmark of morality of standard for you
Yeah.
or for your kids.
Yeah, that's right. That's very important.
That's very
So
important.
like when you're talking, so as you're saying there, and I really want to be clear here, we're not saying that like music is evil.
yeah,
Yeah.
Music, but music, just like anything else in this world, is a tool.
it's a tool.
Right?
Okay, so what
And
is the
to-
role of an artist? Like,
I
okay,
know
let me-
we could never
big
answer that.
question.
No,
Yeah.
we could. I don't think
There's
there's
no
a
one
rule.
answer.
Yeah, because everybody gets into art for different reasons. In
Yeah.
my opinion, there's not one specific answer you could give.
Yeah.
We can't answer that. I could say, okay,
True,
I
true,
could.
true, true, true. Because like you could say, lots of people get into art and they think their responsibility as an artist to promote good music. To send out a good message. So lots of people get into art to change the world in some
Some
way,
people
right?
just relief.
Some people get into art because their mind is clouded. They have these things that they need to express, and art is the way they do it, and this brings them catharsis, and it brings other people catharsis to
What
experience
does
that. Right?
catharsis mean?
It's like a pleasant sensation through a process.
Spell it.
Catharsis.
Yes, R-S.
But yeah, so everybody has different reasons. So for example, it's like anything with anything. Like
Of course, it's
I could
really
talk about
same,
my
right?
business personally. I got into my business because I had a message I wanted to spread through the business. You have people who want to get in business mainly to make money. You know, nothing is wrong with it. Like everybody has their reasons, but to whitewash everybody and say that this is the only reason why everybody got
no,
into
but
one thing.
why I brought it up is because, like, artists or, as you say, role models, right? They're there to inspire, the other people,
Yeah.
whatever. So what I'm trying to say is, let's take the gunman, right? The gunman is looking for a role model. So what I'm trying to say is, the music, he's already a gunman. He's looking for a role model.
Mm-hmm.
Someone is going to fill the role.
Right.
Someone is going to fill the role.
If he's
Okay.
looking
So the music is
definitely-
more of a product of the violence rather than.
So we're not disagreeing. Not so we don't think. So that last sentence, I don't think we disagree that the music is a product of the violence, right? The music came out of the violence. Though the implication I'm getting from what you're saying is that like the gunman was going to be a gunman regardless of the music.
But
I
it
feel
was.
like-
He's already a gunman.
I
right?
feel like without the music, the influence or his. Let me
I
articulate
want to really be
properly.
careful about how I'm
Right, so
articulating this.
Without the music, okay, with the music,
No, all right. Let me see. I think I have it here. No, listen. No,
Okay,
free.
okay.
So I think it started as a way to release anger or something, or to channel out something, right? But as they got older, younger people started listening because they started achieving the same status quo through venting
True.
their frustration.
Yeah.
But it creates a cycle because when these youth start listening to it, it's like, okay, so look, these people, they don't understand that these people would channeling their frustration. You
There's
understand?
an actual study that goes into that traces how and talks about the danger of painting people a certain way because when hip hop started in the early
Whenever.
the early whenever. Let me try not to
When did
call the
hip hop
number.
start?
No, but like so you had people like people singing like casual just rap, just hip hop beats talking about like going to club.
1970s.
Oh, God. That's exactly when I was gonna.
Wow, that's actually
In the
well
Bronx.
done.
No, it
In the
is very-
Bronx.
That's
it's-
well
it's hip
recent.
hop, yeah.
Yeah.
So like
Wow.
hip, so like when they started rapping, they weren't rapping about violence initially, right? They were just talking
Yeah.
about lies, so they were talking about parties, and they were talking about nonsense, just like all forms of rap
Really?
exist. Yeah, rapping
They
was.
started like the first hip hop was about partying.
No, I didn't say that. That's not what my sentence was. They're just talking about lies and so and like different things that happen in their life, things that like they experience and so on. And
Being
then
a
you came
black
to the
man in
realm,
the Bronx.
and he started to talk about people. Then like so it got that stigma of nigger music, right? Like lots of people didn't want to.
Ignorant music.
Yeah, ignorant music, right?
Mm.
So people didn't want to talk. People had a negative association with it and said that this was music about guns and drugs and whatnot. And then from that came people like Biggie and people like Tupac who like they didn't shy away from talking about the life. They claimed it as theirs, right? Like that
Mm.
was the life they talked. So then you have Nas dropping things like Illmatic and whatnot. And then you had people that were talking about and
I'll say something
representing.
after.
Yeah, definitely. Talking about and rapping about the life. And then you have a generation of people born listening to Illmatic, listening to Biggie and the Tories, listening
True.
to Tupac. And these are the people they idolize. These are the people. So they were relating to them in terms of like growing up poor, having a struggle, having to choose the right life and the other life. And these rappers are people that chose the other life but succeeded, quote
Yeah.
unquote.
Mhm.
Quote unquote
So you
succeeded.
think this new
They were moving.
generation?
Yeah,
that's important.
So I think it's important. So
They
I really
still
think
have a cause that they paid.
100%,
Jay-Z
right?
trauma.
100%. People suffer or whatnot, but like when you hear any music, it's like we moved these racks and we made this money and we stop people from disrespecting us and our families living good and so on and so forth. But you don't see the blood that went behind
Yeah.
it, right? You literally don't see the literal blood that went behind it. We have a generation of people growing up in it and who can't really appreciate the nuance of it. So like you have older heads who know obviously because they lived it or they know better, but you have young people just and the older heads are playing it. They bang and take, they rap it, their dog take whatever, they enjoying themselves. But kids don't know the difference.
Let's bring it to a local context, right?
Before we get there, okay, just when I get there. So I think there's a dangerous narrative of that, like if you want to remember the point you're making here, of like a gunman was always going to be a gunman. I disagree. A gunman could easily because I've known men who've become gunmen.
Yeah.
Right,
They
and I've
always
known men who
Oh.
are gunmen who are no
Well,
longer gunmen.
It's not because of the music.
Not necessarily,
But music may
but
have-
but there's definitely an influence
Yeah.
there. There's an undeniable. You're I don't know why it's scaling up. It's like I'm not even like you can. I don't know how to put it.
'Cause-
We seek out the things that resonate with us.
But that's my point.
Right, but why do they resonate with them? So imagine somebody else resonating with so that's why people go out and they do two cents and they do different these different poetry movements, right? Where they resonate with you and say, hey, I am poor and I'm struggling too, but I didn't choose the gun life. I chose this other thing.
I
I
chose a
did
different
this.
kind of
I
point.
did this
Kind.
other thing, and they're reaching out to so they're like, hey, this is not the only way for you. When times get hard, don't immediately think of the drugs and the guns. Like that's not the only way to live, and that resonates with them. Like, oh, I don't have to do that way. I don't have to do this. I could not do this. No, I'm
Sports.
not saying. No. I really want to be clear here. Music did not make nobody a gunman.
Yeah.
Music did not necessarily make you a hero.
Yeah.
But
there's a tool.
but it's undeniable. It is there, present, and evident. The influence that it has on the individual.
As I said, it's a catalyst.
Like,
Right,
That-
so-
that's why certain things would resonate with certain people.
I think
Okay.
I think it has too much variables and it's
Yeah.
very hard. No, honestly, it has a
Let's
lot of
bring it to-
variables and it's
Pull the
too hard
numbers,
to
we have to pull the
pinpoint.
numbers.
Yeah, you'll have to bring up
You have to pull the
statistical.
numbers. You had to pull the data.
Yeah, so
Let's
be
bring
like-
it to local context, right? For me, when I was in Standard 4, Standard 5 was when I came to Trinidad, and Movado and Vibes Cartel were now like Real McCoy and thing were like now game big, right?
Gaza and Gully.
Right, when Gaza Gully was,
Buddy.
it hadn't even peaked as yet, right?
Yeah.
But like the way we listen, well, I would speak for myself, right?
Okay.
The way I internalized dancehall music and the Gaza Gully war versus how somebody who's Standard 4, Standard 5 right now does
Mm-hmm.
It's my type
is
of
way
essay.
deeper for them.
As what?
Is way deeper for them from my experiences where like a primary school kid, Standard 4, Standard 5 who listened to back then for me, I did listen to Real McCoy, I did listen to Squeeze Out Res and all these songs, but I didn't really had that on my understanding level at
Right.
that age or at that level in schooling
Mhm.
versus somebody who's currently in that age, like could that be related back to the influence it has over time with a generation who's been born into, okay, this thing existed, existed before you existed, so you literally, for as long as you remember yourself, this was a thing.
Right.
Versus somebody like me who, before I knew this, I knew something else.
Right. You
Do you think the effect of it, like for a young kid now versus back then, where at that time, yes, I understood his music and so, but I didn't really apply it to my day-to-day life, versus a Form 1, Form 2 year, or so then now, the way they take dancehall, from my experience, I'm not narrowing it to dancehall alone, but I'm using that as a case study because of more local context, right?
Yeah.
Where like
Listen to more
they internalize it. I know what you're trying to do, but they're not gonna
Nothing,
say
dog, I'm
guys.
just
Yeah,
happy to
that's the
see-
thing. You do nothing, but you think.
Talk. See, that's real upset.
The way they internalize dancehall and other music that have that mimic reality or mirror reality
Right.
is different now, and that is more, I don't want to say they applied more, but it's internalized deeper than how my generation,
I don't know that's true.
right?
I just maybe you just didn't grow up in a space where people were internalizing it as deep. Because
Like-
the only time that you were in Stanford, I was in
So,
Stanford,
like-
and I knew
How was it for you?
because I knew lots of people who live in a very reckless life in primary school. Dog, I know people who were already smoking weed in Standard 4 and Standard 5 though.
Yeah, dog.
Like they grew up around those people
I
who
will-
does the music doing
That was crazy. No, I went through a real weird time, dog. So like, I went to a real conservative school. I went to a Christian school. It was in my school, Rosec, big up Rosec. I learned a lot there. But like, I went to lessons for SCA in Barataria Anglican, dog, and I was a complete
buddy.
culture
Oh
shock.
my god!
So no,
there.
I am
buddy.
dead serious, dog. So I'm going there, boom.
Sixth Avenue,
I'm in 6th Avenue, bro.
Malik right across the road.
No, so boom, I go into lessons, dog. The first time I hear in curse words and thing, big man.
Way.
I reach home, dog. What? No, boy, I playing, I swear to God on my life, big man thing. I go on my cause all the way how my neighborhood sets up, right? Well, we just go outside and we just go by each other and play game and thing. Now, so we playing PS Story and the game, dog. We playing Red Dead Revolver, dog. Boom.
That revolve.
I seen the C word, dog. But what the mother, I hear men saying it in school now, boy.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it mean. You understand?
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
using it like, what the mother so and everybody just watching me like, what is you man saying? And the person's parents are there and they just watching me like,
shucks.
what is happening? What is going on? But that was just me out
Yeah.
of legit pure ignorance. So what he's saying there that like niggas, I know, and like I'm going to school and I'm hearing people talking about bullying and I don't know what bullying means. I'm
That
dead
was-
serious. I'm dead
that
serious.
was me too.
I literally did
there's
not.
about
No. So to God, but I did not know. So what I'm saying is so like. I can't remember how I was on this back to the point. What you were saying initially?
Right, that how your
I get
environment,
sidetracked.
like, I wasn't exposed to it, but there are people who in primary school were.
Who were exposed to
Yeah,
yeah, that was the point I was in the back to. But yeah, that was just a weird experience though.
I
But
think
boom.
I think we had like 2 kids from school who I would say were like directly from I don't know, the stereotype communities where you think that they will be violent and then they were already looked at because they're from this community. People already watch them
Yeah,
angry
yeah.
already.
Yeah,
Like they're
yeah.
angry automatically, and I actually found out about that when we went to a field trip. And obviously, I didn't really like nobody at that time. Nobody liked me in school. They were all mean to me, you know, because I was a foreigner. But he was like, yo,
Sweet, sweet
my
xenophobia.
Nigerian brother, and we talk, and he was talking to me about, like, that's the first time I heard about Lavent, and I was like, whoa. So when I came home, my dad was like, he passed through Lavent, and I was like, whoa, were you hearing gunshots? Like, so I wasn't really exposed to that, like, a young person directly. This is how he wakes up in the morning,
Right.
and he literally has to be home at a certain time before it gets dark, and so on, because his life literally, you know.
No, good end.
So
Yeah,
I
for
feel
sure.
like we tied
Sick.
up that.
Yeah, tired now. You
Tired
want to
up
say
segment?
you want to talk about it something
Oh yeah, me too.
just
yeah.
now. Hold on.
I
Yes.
wasn't necessarily live. I don't know what your live listeners were though. I am very upset.
I want to hear
You're
what
very up-
what
why
those
are you
people
very
type.
upset? No, a lot of people are typing, but I can't necessarily
Yeah,
see.
okay, let's actually read some of them. So you can scroll up.
Alright, yeah, hold on.
Let's read some of them. right?
Let's see.
Hold on,
See.
carry on.
Yeah. this
Okay,
is-
so Karina was saying hip hop actually stemmed or had a lot of African roots. That's probably why it's mainly associated with
Correct.
blacks. That is
Yeah.
true.
Sure.
Big up native culture.
It originated from the black community and stuff. So yes, people from other higher echelons of society didn't want to associate with it, but also remember education really wasn't available for black people. I mean, like the highest level, not achievable just so. So majority of what they talk about is what they are around, and which is drugs, money,
Which
and
is
stuff.
true.
Which is also true. So
Hmm.
yeah, those are 2 valuable contributions. Yeah, I
It's
think.
just people
Yeah,
joining.
people just laughing and yeah. Yeah, that's it basically. Alright,
Oh.
so yeah, so boom. But anyway,
Three.
talk to us about your one culture stuff. now.
Right, so boom, Saturday 22nd, Native Culture, Kaiser Blues Cafe, Ryston Road. Hold on. I got the plug on me. I got the thing on me. I got the thing on me.
Dog, something is wrong with you.
Ooh.
When you get put out, you confused.
Yeah, that one
Yeah.
is trying to show the black children.
So
and all.
yeah, boom, tickets, boom.
So what's the
150.
Instagram?
At One Culture, 1CULTR, basically One Culture Native is an Afrobeats party geared towards highlighting the influence of urban African culture in local entertainment. For example, as it was mentioned earlier, hip hop has
The callback.
come on. You have to tie it on together. Hip hop, you can see the roots of hip hop being traced back to African culture. So you could see the influence of African culture in urban entertainment. What is urban? Hip hop.
Yeah, I'm blocking his face there with that.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it down now.
So yeah, you can get tickets from me. You could just DM Coil and Coil will put you onto me.
Yeah, for
But
sure,
you
yeah,
can just
DM
go
me.
directly
Like
to
it look like it's the Coil show now.
1CULTR, One Culture, or at King Vision, KXNGVSN. Plug. We have people nationwide with tickets, but Tariq is back and the commercial is done. Yeah, this is a paid commercial. Brought to you by One Culture.
Dog, the man.
Sponsored.
Christian, I'm by your fighting we are. Dog is a process, dog. Oh gosh, dog. We not 100 yet, dog, but we might get it someday. But everybody big like you up on the TT news before news. Sorry, my king. Nah, that's kicks, man. Christian is a big one. Hey, Scotty, now tell Salvation, pardon. Where does it flicking Scotty?
Why do you even talk to the haters though?
Who is Scotty?
Scotty? Who's that?
That's a snacker. Scotty.
So they say. They say he's one of the snacker.
Go live like 10 boys. Yo, oh no, nah, yeah, boy, Christian, my dog, boy. Nah, honestly, this isn't necessarily for views, really. This is just us practicing.
Discussion.
Yeah, discussion on a forum.
Conversations.
Yeah, on a forum that forces us to articulate ourselves in a way, well, quickly, you understand, and get our points across so people could understand. So it's honestly just practice. It isn't for views, really. It's for us.
So we're not necessarily saying it's for the cloud currency.
Yeah, it's not for clout.
However, we're starting to spark conversations.
Yeah, honestly, so we really want to start conversation and have people thinking, because I think almost all of us here have a problem with the whole headline culture and people going off on trends, really.
Real.
Proper segue.
Yeah. So all of us,
Good setup.
no,
good
yeah.
setup.
No, wait, clout, no awareness. Yes. So yeah, clout, no awareness. Yes. So it isn't necessarily. It's not for clout. We're trying to change the culture of headline culture and yeah,
One
eventually,
single-handedly.
not single-handedly. And we also want to talk about crap that we like to talk about.
Playboy
So,
Carti.
Yeah.
yeah, big up Carti one
Big up
time.
Carti.
Slap, you know, a whole lot of red coming out soon, boom.
Yeah, you
But yeah, boom. Tariq, you
Yeah,
want to
that's
talk
what I want to talk
about?
about. That's what I want to talk about. I'll just have a little story about my mom. So we went. How would you like to orient us? How would you like to
Like
orient
his,
us?
your back, you can have his in the camera, right? Please don't be a robot.
No.
But director and actor.
So me and my mom went to Best Fest Saturday. Right?
Wait.
How was that?
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I was there.
We had one with the fully loaded bands. Or we went out skipping lines. So
Hold on, that's
Skipping
before you start.
Yeah.
Thanks by Christian, Mike. Christian said the next time he go share the live.
Hey.
So yeah,
You share
thanks
this
by
one
Christian.
time, you can watch
Yeah,
this
we
one.
live for the next.
Yeah.
Well,
we-
whenever. But now I really appreciate that by Christian, my dog boy, and Scotty. Oh, he wore his hoodie. He done hoodie.
Was
When I think he done hoodie, dog. No, it's Scotty.
What is a Scotty?
No, the man sting your hoodie, dog.
Is that a plug in the
No, that's me. That's me. Just to try to
No.
run up on you. Yeah, that's me for trying to run up on you.
Exactly.
That's me
But
for
yes,
trying to
we
run up on you.
diverting from the point.
Right, yeah.
Best
So,
Fest.
Alright, boom.
so in Best Fest, it was a great old time. Going out and eat food, thing, whatever. So eating, enjoying a good time. Mommy and I get good drunk, right? Just having a good old time, right?
Right.
So coming down to the night now, mommy's stuff. She was like, we had to go and run in the morning after all this shoppiness we eat, right? I'm like, say less, you know,
Yeah.
thing. And so we get in, because I don't know if you all know, but like, you all know. But I've been trying to keep particularly fit and run more consistently. I hate to run. I hate to run. I hate it. But it's one of the most effective ways for me to get fit. It works very well for the sport I'm in, and it's a part of disciplining myself as well. Like I just really need a discipline, right? So boom, we're going home in the night. Mommy say 5 o'clock in the morning, we wake up and run. Say less, right?
Right.
So you reach home, get straight in our beds, nice and drunk. wake up 4:58 because you can't wake up at 5.
Five,
You understand?
yeah.
That's what you say.
2
5.
minutes.
We had to wake up, orient yourself, shake it off. Went to say, mommy, it's time to go. Mommy rock. She said, 6 o'clock. So I said,
Yeah.
I said, all right.
Yeah.
So I went in the room, organize my shoes, put my headphones to charge. Mom don't sleep till the sun come up, so I can shoot a little call, give her some love thing. 6 o'clock, right? So 6 o'clock, left my headphones inside, walked out just my phone, because it's all Queens Park Savannah, location no matter. And I go and I see she's outside, so I'm like, hey, okay, she's getting ready. She's like, no, I can't really make it, I can't make it. I say, so I stop her 2 seconds to watch her. I say, can't. She said, nah, I can't. I said, well, I'm going to run. Right? You understand me? I am going to run.
Yeah.
You think? So I went back inside. Some conversation play off. I said, I'm going to run. She said, where you going to run? Because you're supposed to go Queen's Park, so we live in Sawa, how I go and get there. I was like, I don't matter, I'll run to book, I'll run, like, I'll just, like, I'll run, I'll find a place. She said, alright. I was like, she was like, something, so I coach teenagers, and she was like, so you just going on and run? You just going to go? I was like, yeah, the one of the things I was telling my teenagers just this Saturday was just like, the theme of the day is I can do it. Like, I give them little themes, and my theme for this week is you gotta run. Like, you gotta run. If you all ever heard that Teeny Jake Silman, though, you got to run. You gotta run towards your destiny. You gotta run towards your goal. You gotta run. You can't walk towards your dreams. You can't walk. You gotta run. Right? So that was like my theme for the week, though.
You know what's cracking me on? There's a video with like the wise man is telling the youth to go in the sea. That's all I'm thinking about. Now.
Yeah, though, so I'm telling him, that's my theme. So I tell him that's my theme now. So I'm like, I go back inside, I get my headphones, I put something in my pocket, and I'm coming out. And I come out, mommy's not there. Daddy says, so I'm saying, yeah, I'm going. Daddy says, mommy said she coming with you. I said, bruh? She said she coming. I was like, good, excellent, Celeste, whatever, right? In the van, so reach down, so we went around with Savannah, right? So come out, foot in it. Lap, press, thing, whatever. Some point I pass and I see her, and she's just like, so obviously, like, the natural stopping point is the point at which you've entered the Savannah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So like, so I saw her there, and she's standing there, and I'm running, and my lap was ended, so I've hit into a nice little jog, and she said, how much laps to do? I said, I don't know. I said, but let me go, right? So I said, let me go, and I keep going, and I hear behind me, so I'm going, more laps. So I hate her. I hate it, but you're not telling yourself, you gotta run, you gotta do it, because you have a goal in mind, or you're going for something.
Yeah.
You are here for something, though. You came out here to do this. Don't give up on yourself now, don't stop now. So you keep going.
Wow.
So sometime I pass and I see her, she's sitting down there, and she's like, that's it. She's like, like it's time to go. I'm like, no. I'm like, no. So I'm like, no, like, get up, let's go. Come on, give me one more, let's go, one more. She's like, one more, no, we had to go home and cook, and we had to do this and that. And I was like, and one more lap is going to stop us from going home and cooking, because Father's dinner. One more lap is going to stop us from cooking. And she's like, yeah. And I had the keys, so I was like, I handed her the keys, and I was like, well, you could go home and cook. I have one more lap to make. You dig me? You feel me? Yeah. So I start. So as I start, like, I hand the keys. She doesn't take them though. She just gets up and she says, my knees don't cold, and she started walk one time, right?
Yeah.
I once started walk. So by this mic, I don't know how much laps. So I'm not counting laps out. I'm just going though. So I'm walking. So at this point, I'm too tired. I'm walking. I'm hearing crunch. Coming up behind, crunch. My mother comes jogging past me, dog. No joke. My mother's going though. And I'm like, dog, I too tired. My mother going to out jog me. Your mother would do. Say, boy, kick off. Thing, chest punning thing, whatever. I tired again. When I go here again after like a 5 crunch. My mother's gone though. So I get behind her, so I say we just keep in pace for the whole time. So I come, I jog next to her dog, and do the thing with this inching just a little bit in front of her. So she feels there, so she feels a push a little bit, and every time she pushes, I push, and we just go.
Yeah.
So you reach to me, and like we get into the end dog, and you get here going. Those things we're just talking to yourself like, nah, boy, so we can stop here because I'm almost there.
Yeah.
And I'm not, so I can't tell nothing because I'm focused on my breath. So I'm just like, I'm doing this gesture with my hand, so I like go, and you just see her like pushing herself a little bit, and she's shaking off her own voice. That voice in your head that's telling you, dog, you're not gonna make it.
Yeah.
That voice is gonna tell you that you could stop here. Yeah, you reach. You could, you could reach it. Thing where we reach, my mother ran till she cramped up, dog, right? And when we were done, we get in the van, and we're like, one more happened, you know, thing whatever.
Yeah.
Right? And there are
Yeah.
3 things, well, there's real things out because in our run, I had to really talk to myself. I had to really talk to myself. And there were 3 things I want to talk about. And like, the first one is whether or not you believe you can or you can't, you are correct. That's the first thing. That's the first
I had this
thing.
conversation last night with somebody.
Yeah, dog. Like,
I'm
no, it's
gonna say
important.
something after that.
There's a
like,
vital
wow,
one, though.
okay.
But like the fundamental belief of whether or not you can or cannot do it defines you. Like you are defining yourself. So the moment my mother decided she couldn't run that morning, she couldn't run. But then she decided she could, and boom, she did. That simple. It was that
Exactly.
simple. There is a way to get to the things you want, though. There's a way. You just have to believe you can do it, though. Even though Brian was telling me the other day, Brian Wright was telling me the other day that back in high school, when he started his band or whatever, he couldn't, like, people would just tell him, dog, you should not sing. You shouldn't sing. You can't do that. And Brian was like, I'm going to sing. Like Brian said, I'm going to sing. And Brian went, he got lessons all around, sang and he sang and he sang and he sang. Brian is dropping an album next week or something like.
It's
Brian
on
is
the
dropping.
10th.
Yeah, Brian's
July.
he's dropping an album
July.
the next month, dog. And
Well,
he's
having
dropping an
space in the
album.
album.
You understand?
It's done, it's
You can
uploaded.
fundamentally understand just like by pushing yourself. The other thing, go alone if you need to go alone, though. I didn't
Bro.
wait on my mother. I
Bro,
couldn't
bro,
wait
bro.
on my
Bro,
mother.
bro, bro,
You
bro,
understand?
there's
I was
no way
time
you are
to
saying
press.
this right
it
now.
was time
There is
to
no way you
I
are
have
saying this
things
right now.
I need to achieve, and you all, dog. I'm talking to each and every one of you in the live, dog.
All 11 of them, all 10 of them.
Dog, I'm talking to me when I'm listening to this
So
tomorrow,
there's no
dog.
way he's saying
Because-
this.
Let him talk. Let him
Straight
talk.
up.
Listen.
Straight up, you pull your brethren like, dog, when you start the gym, dog, and brethren say, yeah, and
Yeah.
you said tomorrow, and he said tomorrow, and then you wake up tomorrow, and he's like, dog, I feel I ain't gonna make it, and you say, well, I ain't gonna go because he's our soul, they have to do it.
Yeah,
Sorry
exactly.
for the profanity, though, but no, you
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah.
You have to go, because this is your goal, and you could want to take somebody with you. You can want to bring them with you, but do not let them drag you back into mediocrity. You have things you want to achieve. Go alone, and I promise you, the right people will find you. Though I guarantee you. When I was going to go alone. I was going to go that run alone, and you know what? Mommy came with me, and she was so glad. She said, "You know what? Let's do this every Sunday."
Wow.
Telling you straight up, right there. And I guarantee, if not next Sunday, the other Sunday, I'm going to have to tell her. Well, I'm trying to convince her to go.
No, what I
and then
noticed
she says, "No, I'm
Oh, sorry.
going to have to go."
What I notice about humans is weird. Like, they just need a catalyst again. The
Yeah.
same catalyst
Yeah.
to let them start going. So, like, if you have a vision or something of what you want, you start. And then after somebody will see and be like, all right. It could be, it's different motivations,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
It's
For
different
sure,
things.
for sure.
But like, all right, this nigga going, better I
Yeah,
go
yeah,
too. You
yeah,
understand?
yeah.
So,
I think that one of the key things that you mentioned is go alone, right? And I find that so like, it's kind of very. I'm still a little shocked because literally I had a conversation with Swell yesterday, right? I was letting him-
oh, swell.
because
No, I'm
Swell-
swell.
he just came on his like dog, like he goes to school in Chicago.
Renee is in my chats. We just still tell Brian he can't sing. That's one of my
And
real
he's
good
still
friends from
singing.
school.
And he's dropping his tape what? 10th?
10th of July.
Yeah, like come on, what do you
Money
mean? What do you mean?
Yeah, so
Right, so he was saying that, you know, like when he came back, he goes to school in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
And I'm seeing that when he came back, he realized that things are a little different where niggas are actually like applying themselves in what they're talking about from what we've been talking about from before now.
Mhm.
And I was just like, honestly, dog, if you really have to tie it back to one thing, it's really just realizing that we need to go collectively, but we also need to go alone if we need
For
to
sure.
go alone. And
For
I find
sure.
that so funny that you said the same word
No, the thing is,
Alone.
what tends to like
because
To start-
before you say that, right?
Okay.
If you look at
I
one
also have
thing,
one thing to say
yeah,
to end this
one
round.
thing come on to what happened to you that Sunday morning. You were gonna go alone, regardless.
Regardless, had to go for my run.
You were gonna go. What somebody else wanna do is on them.
Yeah,
You know what you wanted to do, and you were gonna go regardless.
Yeah,
And I feel that's important, like knowing that. Listen, first and foremost, I would need to want to go. I need to want to go
Yeah.
alone, Like I'm not always gonna have the comfort of you or whoever the person is, but I need to always be knowing that in the back of my mind that I need to be able to go when I need to go alone.
yeah, for sure.
That's a big thing because
Um,
Renee self could tell you, I never wanted to be a solo artist. I never wanted to be just Brian Alvarez
Yeah.
and then the name of the song, right? Always wanted a band. I was never comfortable on stage alone.
Mm.
So Renee could tell you, like anyone could tell you who's like know me in my musical path, how many bands I've started. I've started probably about 7 bands in the past. None of them kicked
Yeah.
off.
Here it is now. Boom. Arundel is saying, I have a physics Is it physics? Yeah, I have a physics I due Friday. That speech was much needed, my guy.
Oh, well, then let me give you the end of that speech. Because this for you, Rennie. The last thing I literally have written
Nah,
down.
that's not Rennie. That's
Who's?
I can't. So Arendelle. I think that's how you
Arendelle?
pronounce. I don't know how I'm
I don't
pronouncing it
pronounce
properly.
your name, but this one is for you. Last one right here.
Hey, how are you?
The most important thing I literally have written down. The time is now. Right now.
Yes.
Do
Oh,
the
God.
damn thing. Tomorrow is not. You're not going to be better tomorrow. You're not going to be smarter tomorrow. You're not going to be more motivated tomorrow. The time to do the things you want to do is now. No joke. I'm not telling it just for you. This is for everyone. It's for me included though. You need
I
to do
needed
it
this.
now.
I
You
needed
need
this.
to do it now. It does not start tomorrow. You're not better. Dog, I can't. On your run. I'm running, dog, and I am tired, dog. And you know, if you've done any long running for any period of time, you know when you say, oh, when I reach a lamppost, I will start. I will start the jump. I will start.
Yeah.
Restart
And
back, yeah, yeah.
every single time I ask myself that, I ask myself, why not now? Why not now? Am I going to be less tired when I hit that lamppost? Am I going to be more equipped to run when I reach that lamppost? No, I can do it now. If I can have the thought now, I can act on it now. I felt like I remember I read somewhere though they say muscle is the thing you grow when you want to move things. Discipline is the thing you grow when you want to move yourself. When you're going to move the world, you need discipline. And you need to
Quotables.
discipline yourself
Where's
to
it
be
come from?
able.
Laptop,
You need to
bro.
discipline yourself to be able to act when you should act, not just when you want to act. Now, like the time to do the damn thing is now, though. For every time you have the thought, I should be studying, roll off your bed immediately.
I have an IAU next week.
Immediately. Don't play. Think
Yeah.
about how proud of yourself you're going to be at the end of like doing the work that you should be doing now.
Yeah.
Think about how miserable you'll feel when you look back
I
on
need it. No,
yesterday.
you need
Just
to
now.
watch me and say that because I need that.
All right, so this is something I tend to realize a lot. People focus on the wrong things, and when they focus on it, remember the thing we were talking about, whereas with the same brain, like this is actual scientific stuff. What we were talking about last week with
Fact
the
checking.
yeah, fact check me, very important.
Right.
Yeah, with you can literally think yourself into a bad mood and feel everything that accommodates that bad mood, and it feels like it was real.
Yeah.
So when people focus on all the negative stuff, you are
Real.
literally going to
Real.
internalize and act like
Real.
if all of that is happening. So if you
better.
focus on all the
Yeah.
positive stuff, so example with your run, you focus on
My-
what were you focusing on when you were running? Literally, what was your focus?
What my focus?
Yeah.
I was focusing on where I wanted to be.
And that's it exactly. So if you're focused on where you want to be, literally, you will embody what it takes to get
be
there.
For sure.
Literally.
For sure.
You understand? Because your focus is there. If we focus on all the negative and all the stuff that is holding us back, that's all we're going to
dog,
see.
dog, yes,
Literally all we're going to see, and that is going to be the excuse that we're going to internalize, and that is going to be, that's just going to be counterproductive, literally. So if you want to change your, a piece of what he's saying is, you have to literally focus on what you want and let the
Yeah.
focus be on that completely. Don't focus on the challenges. If the challenges come up, you focus on the
Challenges
solution.
are going to come up.
Because the challenges
They
are going to come up.
to come up.
When when your mom get the cramp, why didn't she continue?
Huh?
What do you think was you said your mom the cramp was after?
Yeah, the cramp. She ran till she cramped.
Oh,
up.
till she cramped. Okay, well, alright. I can't
Because-
use that one. I can't use
No,
that
because
one.
like
she wanted to stop
when
at a
her
point in
knees,
time.
because she stopped and her knees were cold. She was like, an excuse she was going to make because that I don't relax, so I can't start by the run. And I imagine that she just realized that was nonsense.
Right.
That she pushed herself, she pushed past it. She was like, if I just walk, my knees will warm up, and then I can jog, and then I can run. Right? So she focused, she found a solution to the problem that she was feeling because of the things she wanted to do. She knew she had to run, she knew it.
Yeah.
She knew it. So she just focused on that and you'll
I
get
feel
there.
like I personally need that personally in the sense of that
Personally.
we all do need it. We
Yeah,
all do
we
need
do.
it. But like so last week a lot of the errands I run in the evening I end up traveling home, right?
Right.
So what I would do is from last week I started this thing once it's not too late, I would stop at directions and walk up the hill, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is like two Kanye West songs basically, roughly
Right.
walking, right?
It's the best way to measure distance.
Yeah, right. So basically, I'm walking and I'm just thinking to myself, like I realize I'm doing like self-reflections and so on, right? I just started an internship last week and I don't want to say I'm getting comfortable in it, but it's like when you reach a new, like when it starts something new,
Mhm.
and it's like you kind of get caught up in it that you don't really realize that okay, this is not a place for you to just set up. You need to push yourself.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
that you've reached here.
Yeah.
So like as you were talking about your mom reaching, okay, well at least I've left my house.
Yeah.
I've done some laps. I am tired. That's why
Yeah.
I've accomplished some stuff. That's why I'm tired. But no, it doesn't stop there.
Yeah,
It
real.
does not stop there.
Real.
It does not stop there. So that's what I'm walking on. I'm like, wait, boy. I find last week I I didn't push myself enough,
Yeah.
boy. Like I would just go to work and come back
You're gonna
home.
be so mad at
I
yourself,
have I have edits to do. I'll be like, I'll edit that tomorrow. I'll do for Friday. I'll do that.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah.
What I realized when I really leave it till like closer to the time instead of doing it now, I have less and less time to do other stuff. I free up myself I make myself a lot more productive, as well as I feel more accomplished when I push myself.
Dog, that
definitely.
feeling though,
Yeah.
like
That
nothing
feeling.
is beat that,
That
feeling.
feeling of,
like-
trust me, like
Exactly.
dog,
Nothing
I could
to-
give you all a personal experience. Hold on, people talking.
Yeah,
It's
let's
like,
see what they're saying. Anybody on the Twitch saying
Who
anything?
inspired there? We just have
a lot of
Reddit here,
people,
but, like,
somebody saying you manifest your mind. You manifest your mindset. That is very
Facts.
true.
Yeah, Nazi facts.
The same girl, or no, let me know. Arendelle, sorry. I can't pronounce the name. I'm
Arendelle.
sorry. I'm
Hey,
sorry. I'm bad
Hey,
at this.
just read it.
Hey,
She is
go do your eye.
no, this person is doing their stuff as she's watching.
Lovely.
Okay.
Oh, he's
That's
watching.
why I
Yeah.
need-
that's what I like to
So
say.
yeah, so that's cool. But yeah, what I was gonna say. So basically, when I could talk about my personal experience with the last video I did a video. I like to do these elaborate or extravagant videos. When I drop my stuff.
He's creative.
No, I'm not a dog. Stop calling me a creative dog. I
hate
hate that
that
word.
word.
Dog.
I
Dog,
hate
it's so
that
freaking annoying, dog. All right. Anyway, boom. So for the last video I did with the, huh?
Yeah, we're not producing profanity. Go ahead.
Yeah, we good.
Oh, we good. Oh, sure.
Yeah, we good.
Yeah, so boom. So yeah, I was going through other challenges. So basically, my money just vanished out of thin air. I got in an accident with my mom's vehicle. The models who I wanted to use were dropping out left, right, and center.
Gigs.
My photographer was basically canceling on me last minute. The screen printing people
Dog.
Well, literally,
They messed
the
up.
screen printers were like, you can't get this for a certain time. Then they messed up my design. Then I had to go and start over everything. I had to put everything on sale because I couldn't
Yeah.
sell it at the actual price because
The quality.
the quality wasn't what I wanted. And then after I needed the money to pay the videographer and the photographer, and I wanted to pay
Vicious
my
cycle.
models. It was just,
It'd be like
it was just back to back. It's like a whole lot more as well. It was just back to back to back to back. But the
Yeah,
funny
it's
thing is,
gigs.
my focus was literally, dog.
Always
It was
like
so
this.
funny because it made me want everything more. Like it was crazy. I'm dead serious.
That's
Like
what
I
I'm
was
saying,
like,
come on, Matthew.
no, I legit sat down and I was like, the only person who could stop me now after all of this is God has to come down from heaven.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
and
say
fu-
no.
so- but that's another thing though. If you have people around you, if any time you need to have a dream so clear though, so tangible, so present in your brain that that people should be ashamed to say they take it easy.
Yeah.
People need to be able to bite their
Oh,
tongue
shit,
when you
that's
tell
my
them things
brethren.
that you're going
No,
on with
no,
your
no,
life.
no, I know, Arenda, no. That's my brethren, dog. Everybody changing the flicking profile to this blue thing.
No, it's not.
And
You're
it's
not changing
confusing
it
me.
to-
I know you are. Sorry, my
I
dog.
don't
Sorry.
change
That's my
Yeah,
dog,
just
that's my
change
dog,
your
that's my
profile
dog.
picture to like a blue
The blue thing, yeah, for the
Sudan.
Sudan stuff now.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
I was like, my phone glitching.
No, everybody was doing it. No, honestly. So I was confused. I was like, I don't know. You see, you know, like your
I
brain.
was so confused.
No, your telephone was
With their
glitching.
time out.
No, because I had to update my phone
No, that is
and
my
then I
dog,
started
boy.
seeing it.
Oh, flick off the bar. Alright, so yeah. So let's educate our dog. Basically, what happened is there's a big crisis in Sudan right now.
Okay.
And to raise awareness, everybody is changing their DP to blue.
Remember when we had Je suis?
Well, they didn't wear awareness 'cause I didn't know until just now.
Well,
they
no, it
didn't.
didn't work.
They
It
didn't
didn't work.
I mean, do you not know now?
You know now.
I guess I know now.
Yeah, it worked. You understand? No. You see, so like how your brain, like when your brain kind of attaches images to certain names and things. So I was
Yeah.
expecting a different image attached to the name, and when
Uh.
I didn't see when I saw the blue, I was confused. Now, like this is not ringing a bell. You understand? Boom. And then after he's like, okay, no, dog. I know his dog. It's my brethren. Give some thanks. You understand? But anyway,
Yeah,
back to what we were saying. Yeah, this was important.
You were gonna
Sorry.
say something.
No, I was.
No,
Nah, I think I was
I'm
shouting at
still
somebody.
confused about the Sudan.
Oh,
This nigga.
What's happening in Sudan?
Right.
Oh,
So Sudan.
soon.
Soon we'll get to that.
Oh,
We'll get to that.
yeah,
We'll
yeah,
get to that.
So
We'll get
pass
to
it
that.
after me in the meantime. I just need it for a brief moment.
I need it.
That's
No, that one. No, that
Yeah,
one.
that's
It's
mine.
my own. Yeah. Let me pay the password for you.
Yeah, I just need
Yeah,
a brief,
look, so,
brief
Yeah, we was talking about.
Yeah, so he was giving out personal about like how incredible, like your dream. That's what I was going with. Yes,
Yeah,
alright.
dream
has-
No, like you need to be so focused, so focused on that
After
page
you-
you're gonna open.
I want you to speak about how you were able to go from when everybody was like, those things to where you are now. I want you to talk a
Real,
little bit about
real.
that.
Yeah, dog. You need to be I really can't emphasize enough how focused and driven you need to be on this damn thing, though, so that people need to never be brave enough to tell you, dog, take it easy, dog, relax, step by step, you'll get there when you get. People need to constantly be staggered by the amount of dedication you have toward the thing you're doing. If people aren't staggered, you're not working hard enough. If people aren't stunned, you aren't working hard enough. If people aren't breathless, if people aren't going, dog, wow, really? All that? That's be going on? If people, when they ask, aren't you tired, dog? Aren't you tired of, like, when they ask you about that business you started and you're saying, well, nah, dog, I'm waiting until, oh, I sent an email and I didn't, nobody didn't get back at that place when and then I lost the money when, it's a different excuse each and every time.
They gig
Or worse, it's the same one. You have the same excuse, the same reason every single time. You didn't think it's time to change something. You don't want it bad enough, and that's okay, though. So that's somebody else who wants it. Move! You understand?
Yeah, Pastor Tariq.
Don't I'm stressed.
I'm stressed. I'm
I'm mad at
laughing.
myself.
We are
What kind of thing,
talking here, and there's a whole debate going on there about the Sudan thing inside there. We
though?
just
About to
laugh.
happen.
Yeah.
It's about to happen.
It's literally, but go ahead. No, everything is.
No,
saying
that's
there.
really it. That's really it. In terms of like this really is for more for me than just say all out here listening. But
No, yeah, I feel like if
I-
people
like
go
I
ahead.
need
Just
to
to make a
understand like
comment, your Instagram this week was pushing it, but this really pushed it for me.
nah, dog, really, dog, I can't tell. I hate to run. It's so I hate it, but
I am the
but
one
I-
person who needed that.
I
am the
dog,
person.
every morning I laced up my bus up all night, dog, and I ran.
And
I
you posted
ran.
it.
I ran at a rate. Dog, you saw the rain these 2 days. Ran, sprinted up hills. God couldn't stop me. You hear me? Like he was clapping me, dog. He said, "Yeah, do
Yeah,
your thing,
yeah, he was
do your
clapping you.
thing,
For sure, for sure.
do your thing, dog." I had to get it done. Have to stay on your focus. Have to stay on your drive, dog, because at the end of the day, it's your dream, nobody else's.
Yeah,
You hear
indeed.
me? And dog, you're going to encounter problems so big you won't even be able to like when somebody asks you what happened, dog, you're just gonna go,
Yeah.
no, don't study that. because there's no way for you to articulate, there's no way for you to understand, there's no way for you to really communicate, and you need to keep your goal in mind and write it down and keep working at it. Never stop. It's your goal.
Why do you think it's important to write it down?
Because I think minds change. I think the same way you were this morning, you're motivated to study this evening, you feel like it's not as serious, you know. But when you write it down, you've captured a part of yourself that was better, that saw a better version of you, and you can rise to that expectation. You can rise to who you planned to be. You can become that person right here. It's hard to watch yourself in the face telling you to do something and be like, I ain't really nah, dog, I can't really. Could you imagine, though, there's a version of you somewhere that existed that thought that you were going to be better than this, and here you are letting nobody else down but yourself. Forget everybody else, though. There's a version of you watching you right now on that sheet of paper, on that note you took on your phone, and that whiteboard you have posted up, who had a dream about who you were going to be today, and you are just going to disappoint them. And for no reason, just because it's kind of tired. I don't really eat lunch too well too, so now you're not already feeling like I'm telling you, mommy was kind of getting my vex, but then I'm like, yeah, that the kind of excuses we tend to make for ourselves is ridiculous. Write it down, put it, make it tangible. Make it so that
Alright,
when you can write it
I hear my dog Eric Thomas coming out now, man. My dog, big well introduction.
down, dog, you have to make
you gotta eat, you gotta sleep the dream. You gotta sleep the dream.
Dog, it's ridiculous. I
There's a question in chat. for
Yeah, I
you.
was not gonna
What's
say what
that?
is the chat saying.
Just
No.
for the sake of argument, what of the cases of people who don't have the level of self-motivation because they didn't get that kind of background / environment?
I have 3 stories for you. Off the bat. I have 3 stories for you
fast.
off the bat. I'll give you one. First, Charlo Alfonso. I don't know if you all know
Jeez,
Charlo.
big up Charlo.
Charlo
Big up
is
Charlo.
the Dan. I have net dog. Charlo went through a very problematic time in secondary school, single parent household. Charlo only talked about his mom. Charlo was
Yeah.
a fight. He was just a stressful kid though. But what Charlo loved was music. People told Charlo, dog, you couldn't do nothing with music. Where you gonna do it at? You understand? But Charlo didn't care. Charlo played his music. Then Charlo went on. He put on shows. He went on with concerts, dog. I remember Charlo put up, and then like Charlo had an event, if not last year before, where he was performing on stage for his final fundraiser before he went off to
Oh, yeah.
university to
Last
get his
year.
masters,
Last
right?
year.
To pursue his masters, though.
In music.
And and music, producing masters in music. On stage, he's performing, and next to Charlo is one of his childhood heroes performing on stage with him. Do you think that happened by accident? I can't remember. He's a musician, man. And can you imagine being that dedicated and that driven? Charlo didn't have the kind of backing that Charlo had no money. Charlo didn't come out with no sort of money. Charlo didn't have people constantly like, yeah, dog, you should go and do it. Charlo had a few people and he attached himself to those one or two people and he pushed himself. 2, I have a story about, I could give you a story about
Somebody on the chat saying that they could.
Wait,
I know
Charlton? You know
Charlton?
Charlton went
Charlton?
QRC?
Yeah.
Wait, now this
Yeah.
dog went QRC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, no,
You must know
but
Charlton.
don't talk in here when QRC.
Yeah,
he went to a
Charlton.
very big school.
Charlton
though.
went QRC
Bye.
too.
No, I went QRC too, so I
Well,
know you
now
went
know.
QRC.
Oh my
fool.
god, I didn't know that.
Dog, you went to the institution, dog.
The institution.
You've been institutionalized.
Yeah, you
I'm
did.
Like
QRC dogs in the
It's
flipping chat, dog.
institutionalization.
Oh crap, fellas, we only have 3 seconds remaining on the live, you know.
Wait, what?
You have to restart it. You have
Apparently
to restart it.
on Instagram they have a time.
Yeah,
If
that's
only
what
there
started.
was-
Yeah, well,
if
just
only
restart
you
it.
could just hit the button again.
No.
Thank you
I
to
know
the
it's just-
comedy
I
for
didn't know
following.
this was a thing now, but I didn't know that was a thing, but alright.
I guess like I have no time for the story, but like
I want to
The
hear
mo-
his story after.
about how he came to say.
Yeah, how
you
he
know?
overcome
Brian,
that.
tell me about that.
What's
Because Brian is another man. His parents don't support him in music. Like they just think he should get like a quote unquote a real job, and he is about to drop an album. So Brian, dog, how do you come from everybody you know telling you, dog, stop singing, to drop an
I
album?
don't know. Like it literally, I was born. I heard someone like in a speech, like so one of those millionaires that give like motivational speeches.
Right.
He said how you have to be born with that. I don't know how true that is,
Mm-hmm.
but like I for one I could say that I was born
With what?
in my head that I need to make music. There's no other reason for like that drives me. Nothing else that drives me to live.
Hello.
Hello. Okay.
Have a safe trip, right? It was pretty wet.
You all want to save it?
Yeah, for
on
sure.
your phone? This is your phone though.
It doesn't save to your story
Ew.
for 24 hours.
Yeah, it'll save it 24 hours and we can save it after.
You sure that's how it works?
Share your video for the next 24 hours so more people can watch it.
You can click share, not save. You can save it after.
I think it's saved
Yeah.
either way, like in the
On
archives.
archives, yeah.
Yeah,
Alright, okay, straight.
and just
So
after
yeah,
that.
let's go again.
Worst we lost all everything and just on the Twitch podcast regardless.
Yeah, it's on the Twitch. So.
Yeah, dog, so Brian, you were saying.
Right. So like, since I was young, I always just wanted to do music. It's like what I wanted to do.
Yeah, so what you're saying, you were born with
This drive.
Yeah, the drive to do music.
Yes.
Okay.
And so like, when people would discourage me, when people would say, "Get a real job," you can't sing, that kind of stuff, it would almost like confuse me. It's like, what else do you want me to do? It's like I'm literally could only do music. So
I love that. I love that. I love that, dog.
So I always found a way. Even though the bands didn't work, I said like I didn't want to do it, but I
Went so late.
took a summer course, mind you. I didn't need to take this course, but while I was in Napa,
Mhm.
I took an elective that happened over the summer, just so I could learn how to use Logic Pro,
Right.
so I could like produce and stuff.
So it all comes down to finding your passion basically.
It does.
So that's a big.
definitely.
So again, this kind of stems into what we were talking about last week again. But I
Really?
feel like if more people are watching, so we could
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
kind of touch on it a little bit again. Your passion is very important, right? And I feel like if let's now, you discover your passion through. Like, okay, this is my people that say they don't know what they're good at. People tell me they don't know what they like.
Yeah.
I always encourage people who are going through things like that to just start something, right? And I will give them the same formula I gave you all last week.
Oh, brilliant formula.
The formula is
Get ready for this one.
So
Get
basically,
wait. Get up.
Get ready, yeah. You have like 30
Get up
seconds.
and-
Get the clip ready.
Get some
30
notes.
seconds.
I don't care if you need to open your notes app or whatever. Like, get ready. This
Yeah.
is
alright. So the formula is you get 10 things you are good at naturally, and
Okay.
then you 10 things that you will do for free forever.
for again
Forever.
Really important. 10 things that you would do for free for the rest of your life, bar none.
Yeah. This sleep is not part of it, right? You can't include sleep, you're not being so complicated. But you could actually include partying because you could make a real life career out of partying, as we are seeing again with all the big promoters, right? So you get the 10 things you're good at and the 10 things you'll do for free forever. You could do it with a friend, somebody you trust, somebody you feel who knows you best, and you do it with yourself, and you progressively cross out the things that you think wouldn't work, right? Until you're left with two or one, not two, until you're left with one on each side. Then when you're left with the thing you're good at, the things that you're good at naturally, the thing you'll do forever, you try to find something or a career or something that you could merge both of them, and then you start there.
Oh, and sometimes like you see the thing you're good at on one side, and the thing you do forever, and if both of them on like if like you have
Too polarizing.
I sing, right? Like I'm really good at singing. Also, I would sing forever for the rest of my life for free. That's what you're going to do.
Yeah.
That is like you have it there. That is the thing.
Yeah.
Like that like those are the that's the golden rate. That's the Goldilocks zone.
Also, I
Right?
feel like the important element to keep in mind when you're doing that is to be real with yourself.
Okay.
Because like you could think that you are, for example, some people may think that they're good in football,
Me think.
Okay, no,
right?
talk,
But
talk,
the
talk.
reality is that like you have to be real with yourself. Okay, I'm playing for my school right now. Am I making the first 11? Whatever. Right? That's first place. That's not the end of it. But that's the first thing I have to think about. Like, am I one? Okay, for example, for me, I like chemistry, but I had to work twice as much in chemistry. So it was easier for me to.
I disagree.
I also disagree.
I think
Why?
I think once the desire is there, and once you maintain a desire, and you could increase that desire. Once desire for me trumps anything,
Right.
because I know, and once you also understand this principle, once there's a will, there is also a way,
Back
right?
to last week.
I'm not selling anybody dreams, right? But if you really want something,
Really. Jesus.
if you really like what he was saying again, you gotta eat, sleep, you have to do everything. Yeah, if you really want something, nobody could stop you. And the universe, I wouldn't
Wins and
say the,
losses.
people say the universe, I say God. Once that desire is there, everything it will not fall into your lap, but things start to help. Like people start appearing in your life suddenly.
Things make
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, I don't even say like universe or God. I think that you become so focused you get to see.
No, probably.
I
Yes,
think you
you
get
become
to
aware of
see
it.
Yeah.
Like, it
I
might have
think
been
you
there the
can
whole
see
time.
it. I think that once you start leaving behind all the nonsense and you start really looking for the things that will make you what you want to be, or you start seeing it, it's
You start seeing like
Okay,
the different
wait.
roads that will get you there.
Right.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
still interested in your story.
Yeah,
Right.
the law of attraction, basically. That's basically
Yes.
essence.
Yeah.
Yes, basically
Like,
that.
so how?
But it's a real thing.
At what point, if there was a point where you felt like, okay, I know you mentioned the where you feel like this is the only thing that you
Yes.
could, right? What did you do different after that point?
Well, after which point?
Like, did you just continue? Like, were you doing something that you didn't have? Did you have to change like certain things, or you have to do more? You have to
During-
like say, okay, now I have to actually go to take this course to learn this. I have to actually come home, practice with my guitar, or what are
During
some practical?
secondary school, I won't even
What
say.
school you went?
Oh gosh, I was good. Now I'm not gonna say because I literally hated secondary school. Is easily the worst time of my life. And anyone who's here, who knows me from secondary school, knows how hard I had it in secondary school.
Okay.
So in secondary school, we didn't even have music as a elective, right? You
That's
can't pick music.
okay.
So in my head, I'm like thinking, well, I wanted like to be a biologist at the time, right? So like, well, I have to pick something now.
Mhm.
So I was going with that mindset up until I finish CXC, basically, right? And after that, I was like, well, now I have to decide if to go into university or Form 6.
Mhm.
And at this point, I was like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't be a
You got to put
biologist.
yourself in the mirror and be like, listen,
Exactly. Who am I, you know?
Listen, yeah. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And that's when I joined Napa. I was like,
Yeah.
I have to go back to music, you know?
Yeah.
So,
No, but that's I don't want to say that you were fortunate, but you were fortunate enough to know from early.
Yeah.
The
yeah,
thing
I
you
would. I
wanted
must
to
admit
do.
that is.
You were fortunate enough to keep stumbling back into your desire and not fumbling. I think you're going to be infinitely more fortunate when you decide, full stop, without a doubt, that's what you're going to do. I think that you are going to succeed in ways you cannot imagine when you decide to do music. Because as is right now, like you're dropping an album, you're doing the work, you're editing videos, but I still hear you asking yourself too many questions, you're still doubting yourself on the way. And like, Brian, there's no doubt about it. Music is what you want to do. Music is that you should. I don't even have something that when I was 6 I wanted to do that badly. But here you have one.
Yeah.
Like you are blessed enough. You are gifted enough to have been born with a desire to create music, and you even know what kind of music you like to make. My God, like,
Yeah, you heard
my
the
God,
sound?
my God.
You
My
heard the
God, like-
sound?
There's no underdog. Like again, everything we were saying before. There's no right time. There's no right way.
So going
The
back
only way
to
is to
going
go
back to the
forward.
conversation was he was mentioning
Yeah.
earlier, right? With regards to like when people come and there's like, you know, they don't know what they get at, right?
Yeah.
So one of the most common like experiences I've had with people when they come to me, you know, like like Salvation, they seem to have it figured out, and which I do not remotely close to, right? I try my best, however.
You don't do that.
And when you have conversations with people, you can realize that a lot of times people compare your chapter, whatever you are right now, to where they would have been, where would have been their chapter
Yeah.
one.
Yeah,
So they
yeah.
are looking like your reflection of your growth or your level that you've attained at where you are currently to where they feel like if I start now, I should start here.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that's
And that's the thing what people need to understand.
Alright,
okay,
so this is the fallacy in my opinion, right?
right?
People fall in love with you. People.
Yeah, no,
Huh?
this is professor. We have pastor,
Yeah.
we have professor.
Ooh.
Pastor, we have professor.
yeah.
No, this is.
Philosopher.
I feel like people, again, because of social media, especially social media, you see all the highlights. People fall in love with the wrong things, right? People fall in love with the wrong. People
Very
fall
true.
in love with the items. People fall in love with the fame. People fall in love, and it's really
Sure,
people.
The club currency coin.
Yeah, well, no, and honestly, and even like sometimes,
tool.
no, it is a tool, but I'm not gonna speak like if I and all sometimes
guilty
because
of it.
I'm not guilty of it. Like sometimes I catch myself falling into that trap because it happens to the best of us. You see it all the time. You're filling up. You wake up in the morning, all you're seeing is all right, niggas flexing. I like rap, so I'm listening to that a lot. Boom. People talking about the brands, whatever. You like if that is what you're filling up yourself with, that's what you're gonna want and whatever. So cool. I find myself falling into that trap sometimes, but that's what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is, you're not supposed to fall in love with that. You have to fall in love with the process. I'm gonna tell you why, right?
Yeah.
So basically, no, yeah, people have this misguided idea that when you attain something, you're going to be happy. That is
That's
not
boy.
true,
Oh boy.
right?
That's a
What just
big
came
thing,
over for
man.
me today.
And
boy.
I'm literally gonna break it down into something real simple. So something that we could all, well, most people could relate to, something like Christmas, right? So it's Christmas time, you wanted this toy, you real wanted this toy, and it's time to open presents. So you're real excited, cool. You get this toy. How long you play with it? How long do you play with it for before you get bored?
Yeah.
You understand? So you get the toy, whatever, you're excited for 2 or 3 days, you're excited for a week at max, 2 weeks at max, and then after you're back to feeling how, yeah.
Yeah.
So the what would you learn, what do you understand from that? What you get from that is the waiting or the anticipation of getting the thing is what really brings you the joy.
Yes.
It is not necessarily the achievement
crazy.
of
Yeah.
I have something to say on this.
yeah, it's not necessarily the achievement of the of attaining that material or that goal. It's just the process in achieving it. You understand? And that applies to everything. So once you fall in love with the process, and that also helps because it will never keep you at one place. You will never really be
You'll
stuck
always be moving.
because you're always moving up. You're always leveling up because you always realize, okay, I fall in love with this. All right, boom. I work hard. I enjoy the work that I'm doing. I achieve what I have to
Important,
achieve.
important.
I probably rest for a while. Cool. You enjoy what you have, and then after you realize, okay, time to work again because it is not about achieving something. You don't get the happiness from achieving
Very
something. You
true.
get the happiness from working towards something and then realizing and bringing that idea to fruition or whatever it is you want to do. I don't know. Football, you make that team, you're happy, cool, but then it's time to level up somewhere. You have to find a way to
Exactly.
level up, and then after you continue again. So that is basically a fallacy that I think people need to get out of their head. And
Yeah, people really think that they forget that the journey, like, I want to say this cliche in the last line, but like the journey is the destination,
Yes.
right? That is where you're going.
yeah,
You need to find the process doing something that makes you happy. Like some people that's writing.
Let me tell you what happened to me, right? Yesterday is the day that I set up the album to upload for July 10th, right? Today. And I
Yeah.
was telling you today before we started the podcast, I was in a hard place. I woke up today and I was depressed.
Yeah.
I had nothing to do.
Yeah.
It's like my album was done.
Yeah. No, but that's it. No, but that's it. No, but that's it.
I thought you'd be. I want my month of happiness, you know.
Yeah.
But that was not the high point. The
No.
high point were every song when I heard it done for the first time.
Mhm.
That was the high point. Making the songs in the band, working with the different.
Real.
Those were the high
Real.
points.
Squeezing in
For
that
every
time.
for everybody that's ever beaten a game, dog, you know.
Exactly.
you
I feel
Yeah.
like
You know.
the principle
Oh, it's
behind
done?
exactly the
No, but-
principle behind that could be like is a very important to also understand the principle behind that. If you could apply that to all your other like activities or tasks that you carry out,
Yeah,
you
for
get to
sure.
realize that like your happiness is never tied to anything. Your happiness
Yes.
is tied to the process of like okay, growth, moving up, getting a challenge, finding solutions,
Yeah,
failing, coming
yeah.
back, retrying. And once you tie your not even tie, but like once you find happiness in that and not really in the end product,
Yeah.
you get to realize that your happiness is never really tied to anything.
Yeah.
Because it's a
Yeah.
process. And
Yes.
if the process applies to when you're doing stuff that has to do with your extracurricular, if you're going to
Mhm.
run in the
There it
morning,
is.
if you're doing your music, by the
There
time
it
your
is.
album is done, you're tying it to the process. If you're designing a clothes,
There it
if you
is.
are like writing a poem or something, or you're writing a book, a novel, whatever, you're reading, you're simply just taking time to reflect and plan certain things, right?
Yeah.
The whole process of going from where you are to where you want to be is actually the goal.
Yeah.
The objective of it, like
Yes.
enjoying
Right.
that. And if you could not tie your happiness to the end product, you tend to not end up in a place where once you've achieved it, you feel like okay, I'm still have this void inside of me because you didn't tie it to that. Because now you can say, well, I'm still pursuing this, so
Yeah.
my void is not really out there. My void
Yeah.
is I'm shifting my focus from this to this, but the process continues.
For sure.
Yeah.
Right?
There are a few studies. The fact check me on this.
Right.
Fact check.
There's the word. I don't know if you ever know this term, but regression to the mean. It says
Yeah.
that after anything significant, we always go back to where we are on average. Like your average is not 100%. You're not 100. Your 60% needs to be good enough for your life. Regression to the mean is when you fall back. It says that
Into the definition.
even though sure.
In statistics, regression towards the mean is a phenomenon that arises if a random variable is extreme on its first measurement but closer to the mean or average on its second measurement, and if it's extreme on its second measurement but closer to the average on the first.
Right, so that's a statistical definition,
Yes,
but
that's
yes,
statistics.
I mean, which also
Yeah.
it still breaks. The principle still
Still
applies where it is
Yeah.
like the actual
Yeah,
the
psychology.
so I seen a TED talk on it, and then I like read the papers on it where like when you do measures of people's how they feel about their life, right? When certain extreme things happen. So there were people who became paraplegics, right?
What
That's
does that
awful. That's when your legs stop working, right? That's when your legs stop working. Paraplegic or quadriplegic. When your legs stop working, they become paralyzed, and they realize that and like obviously that's one of the most awful times in your life. You're depressed, you're sad, whatever. But when you follow up with them 6 months later, they feel the same level of comfort and happiness that they were at before the incident 6 months before, right? Because eventually you settle back into who you are on average. It's on average, and then you find people who've won the lottery, right? They've won millions and their life has the quality of their life has significantly spiked. Check up on them 6 months later. They feel the same way about their life, right? Because it's not the things that make you happy. It's not the circumstance. Wherever you go, there you are. So make sure that you are doing something and you are someone that makes you happy. Make sure the things that you are investing yourself in make you happy. So yes, you've won the lottery, but now what? So you're gonna buy the house and then what? And then what? Because you're gonna be the same person in that bed, in
Yeah.
that new Gucci,
Yeah.
in that new Gucci
I
flip
definitely
flops,
can't want my happiness.
right? You can't like you're going to be the same
And
person.
the next thing, and this was funny because it was weird that I learned this lesson from him. It was not weird, but was it what I was looking for? Anyway, I have that, forget. But basically what I'm trying to say, I learned this from a fella called Dan Bilzerian.
Yeah. Billionaire guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's like, he can't enjoy anything anymore.
Yeah.
A
I've heard him talk about that.
5-star restaurant is average to him now.
Yeah.
When he driving a Lamborghini is nothing to him now because
Yeah.
that is his new normal.
Yeah.
When something becomes your new normal, you don't put value to it. So that's why
Exactly.
it ties in again to not putting your value on achieving these things.
Quick, and like as an addendum to that, Dan Bilzerian was a person people idolized.
Yeah.
People
Yes.
like he was living the dream TM. He was man like holding well AKs, well
Yeah,
girls around
girls.
him. Most
Private
expensive thing.
yachts,
People were
like-
like, oh my god, Dan is living the life.
Yes.
Dan is living the life, and here Dan is telling you like, dog, it gets that.
And you would never think, right? You would think that this man wakes up
Exactly.
happy every day because he has everything he wants.
Yeah.
But
But does he? But does he?
Yeah, so anyway, that is that. Boom. What time it is?
Right now
8
it's
o'clock.
1
20 past 1.
What time did we
Right.
start?
at roughly.
Let me
You can check everything.
Well, it had a few ups and downs.
Anyway, it's out there. Sudan is going through it.
So 1 hour 25 minutes.
1 hour 25 minutes.
Not bad,
Not bad, yeah. What time are
I think we kept on topic there.
Yeah, we actually did. We
progressed.
kept
Thanks to the
on
moderator.
topic
Alright.
there.
That's
Yeah,
it,
man.
yeah.
Thanks to the moderator.
Alright, thanks, Joe Buddy.
Alright, so right now, we have anything else to say in that before we.
Nah.
I think we said all we need to say.
Yeah, I
Alright,
think so.
so-
But I want a final note for me, for
No.
you later, Tariq, do the damn thing.
Do the damn thing.
I'm gonna quote that.
Code that, do the damn thing.
So you wanna get straight into the glitch in the Matrix by the blue pictures.
You wanna get into that?
Oh,
Well, the
yes.
conversation, those people kind of bust out. Don't get remember niggas sleeping, huh?
Yes,
Yeah, I
For
mean,
real.
that's the lie, but like the podcast is recorded now.
Well, alright, yeah,
No,
true.
the conversation
Fair,
from
fair, fair,
exactly,
fair,
that's what I'm
fair,
saying.
fair, 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 fair,
To the
fair,
conversation of like
Man, to the cliches.
Yeah, the glitch in the Matrix, boo.
yes,
I thought my
Well,
phone was not
blue
working.
profile pictures.
Yeah.
What you wanna
So
talk
what is
about
happening?
that,
I just
though?
want to know what is
So
happening.
basically, in Sudan, in a nutshell, right? People have been protesting since from like late last year for like
late last
yeah,
year.
it's been
at least.
peaceful. At least notice. Okay,
Yeah,
people have been
go ahead.
protesting for a
Keep
while.
it simple. Keep
I
it
know
simple.
Hong Kong has been like protesting like hell.
Oh,
But it was
Brian.
quote unquote peaceful protests up to like early this year where like military troops and so on started just come and fire shots and
No,
raping
I
people
think
and
no.
so on,
Honestly,
right?
no. Hold on. Honestly, I
From-
don't think we should be talking about this
Why?
because there's not enough information to talk about it.
oh, what we do know. Let's
People
what we
are
do.
dying.
We can talk about what we do know.
People are
Die.
dying
Yeah,
in
people
Based
are
on the
Sudan.
dying.
reports.
There's
So based on the reports,
Okay.
again we can't know because we're not physically
Yeah.
there, right? And the internet is shut down there.
Yeah, there's a
Right.
media blackout.
Yeah. So we didn't even know till days after it's happening because there was a media.
I think it's been happening way before that.
No, well,
Come
the-
on.
obviously,
Come
on.
late,
None.
it's been going. But
but no,
one
yeah,
is the-
communicate.
Right, so basically, people are protesting against the military regime that is in power right now. Again, please don't quote me on this. I'm using a synopsis of what I
Yeah.
read.
You could
Right?
Google it.
It's a lot to read.
Oh, I can imagine.
And again,
not,
and
it's
also
not.
you would never know fully from just
You have to know your sources. You have to know who you're taking
Exactly.
things from.
basically. So people, a
That's
lot of people are losing their lives. There are reports of like mass rape.
No,
of
yes,
women,
it's happening, mass rapes,
right?
Mass
Mass.
rape.
Yeah, like
Mine was
this is flicking a gruesome image. This I'm not telling again no, but this one kind of bothered me. Like with kids with they bleeding from the back coming
Yeah,
down,
they're
and it's
beating people in the
scintillating.
middle of the streets, kind of like
Because the bleeding thing is because of the rape thing now.
right.
And that image is stuck in my head and it's
Yeah, people are
bothering
being
me.
violent. They're
It's-
raped and just walking around.
And
Yes.
they are making sure I'm putting in the image of everybody else that yeah, this is what's happening. Where like for example, when they rape people, they put their panties like they hang it on a line, something like that, right? Which is like visually letting you know this is what's going on.
But
Yeah.
what caused this? Like, what is?
We don't
From
have
the
110%.
don't feel qualified enough to speak on it.
I don't think I'm qualified enough to speak on it.
So, what, like, what just? Everyone decided one morning, hey,
Now,
Time to kill and
obviously,
rape?
normally what?
You know what you have at your disposal?
The
You have the
internet.
internet. I think. Wait, hey. Instead of asking us numbskulls, right, what you can do on your free time, now that you're aware that there is something
I'm afraid I
happening,
see some more.
You definitely will. You go find out, read about it, and see the ways in which you can help and contribute to the situation there.
Where Sudan is.
So we
I think
started
it's
in Africa, right? So like this brings us into the next conversation, which is that like having like this.
We did have something to talk about.
I was now getting into.
Oh,
I'm
you were
getting
doing this.
into-
Oh,
this is segue. This is the segue. This is the segue. So it's
I wanted to do this when people are watching because I wanted to actually feed off it. You know, I feed
no,
off
no,
it.
This is a two.
I wanted to just go watching. Oh God, oh that's your
It's fine.
phone.
It's fine.
All right, well, yeah, sure, go.
So like Sudan is going through like a nationwide crisis right now, right? Similar to what Trinidad going in a different vein, obviously. But we are having a crisis of an influx of immigrants.
Oh my, now this is a great segue, bro. No,
We are having-
you are doing
we
your
are having-
job
It is.
at the top level right now.
There's laptop. There's laptop. He's doing it for him.
This Joe Budden guy, boy.
So we are
Joe
having
Budden, man.
an immigration crisis right now, right?
Oh my God,
Where
this segue.
there is a mass outpour of voices for and against the whole border situation with what's going on in Venezuela, as well as the influx of immigrants
People want to
from
salute any
Venezuela.
day.
People want to do it in the day. Hi, excuse. Running an internship as well as having a native culture
playing.
party.
A
He
lot of
is an
stuff, a lot of
independent
stuff, a lot
business
of
owner.
stuff. This nigga
He's a musician
is,
and and working in a construction company. That's he's gonna quit soon.
And he's a taekwondo.
Yeah, so I coach and I train and I go to school. I don't have time to do during the day.
Yeah. we're not available during the day. However, supporters make us big, so we don't have to do
Yeah,
regular
true,
jobs.
true. Sponsors.
So we can actually afford
putting up a
to.
link to my
We can
Patreon.
afford to. We can afford to say, hey guys, it is peak social media time. 6 p.m. on a Sunday. Go online and have a live podcast.
no, but the peak social media time is really 7 p.m. on a Sunday.
Well, we start 6, so you build up to it. You start ahead. You can't
You
start,
is a man with
you
the
can't
vision,
you can't
though.
start
Yes,
at 7.
though. This one understands,
So
though.
you start at 6, so you have enough time to get the chemistry right.
Yeah,
Get the
and
conversation
that's
started.
You take a minute, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Let
this is
people
the
warm
conversation,
the food
dog.
from the microwave, bring it to the computer.
Imagine, one day you might even get an editor.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's when you reach. That's when you reach.
Right, so segue back into the immigration crisis we're facing, where some people are saying that the reality is that we have an influx of immigrants coming from South America, primarily Venezuela, because of what's going on in there right now on ground, which is also a national crisis, just like in Sudan.
Correct.
You know,
Wow.
me for the segue. Scream for the segue.
So basically, we are on jump into it, dog.
Right,
A man come
introduce
for me.
it.
A man come for me on Twitter, dog. You understand, dog? A man come for me on Twitter, dog. Right?
Now, disclaimer, this is not
The views of the rest of the so and so and so. All right.
This is not a platform for calling out niggas.
Nah, it is, huh?
But for this purpose, we
I
shall
want to talk
continue.
about attack.
Yeah, I'm talking to you, sir. You came for me
King
on Twitter. Hold on, basically what's happening in Venezuela is what's happening in Sudan. Just on a much larger scale, citizens are fighting for democracy, and the Sudanese government military forces are
They are
retaliating
more doing it with no impunity.
in the most gruesome ways, such
That's
as
what's
rape
happening.
and murder, etc. So,
So
that is
wait,
a
the
great
military-
That's synopsis there.
The military.
Yeah,
The
that
military
is literally a
is the
great
one
synopsis
taking
by
Brian,
Khadija.
advantage of the situation
Brian.
to kill and rape
Brian,
the citizens.
You're new to national tragedies. this right here
This been
happens
happening.
across the world.
It's been
So
happening.
with
over
the
and over.
military.
Brian,
And Sudan is
the
just
words,
recovering
the
from a
words I'm
civil-
literally telling you, this happens across the world all the time, particularly in the Middle East.
and
They-
certain
they-
African countries.
Yeah,
Wow.
the world is an ugly place if you.
It happens
take
in
your time.
America in a different way. Like
Oh yeah, oh but yeah. Washing my hands of that. I'll talk for a different time.
Okay.
Alright.
So let's get into these
Wow.
receipts, Mr.
Alright, yeah, so right now I'm
Mr.
pulling up the
Herbert.
receipts, dog.
Mr.
Yeah,
First of all,
that's-
anybody want to give us backstory? Okay,
So I
give
wanna
us
do a-
backstory to the. what
yeah,
we're
well,
gonna talk
I'm
about.
gonna find it. I'm
Nice,
gonna find it.
gonna
I'm gonna
Anyway,
find it.
So just talking about like
I tweeted
national
it.
Let me see
tragedies
this,
though happening in our
Just
very
search for it
regular
and use
basis.
your handle.
I find it.
Okay.
You found it though. Come on, what's on?
Alright, so yeah,
What's
boom.
on?
So basically, there's this tweet. No, it was a
Oh, yeah.
video.
Yeah.
So it stemmed
I
from
saw
a
that.
video that, well, I think it's a troll page. It looks like, no, it's my brethren, but I think he has a troll thing on Twitter, right? So it's basically, it stemmed from when, Kia and them,
So right, let's get some backstory.
Yeah, that's what
somebody-
I'm doing.
Somebody explain to us
that
what
is
He's
literally
doing
what
the
I'm doing.
backstory.
Okay. I just
Oh my
said Kia
God,
and
brothers.
them.
No, I'm literally, so yeah, Kia is the person who was leading the protest.
Right.
So apparently there was a protest outside
Apparently.
the Oval when they wanted basically for them to end the registration.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
didn't want an extension.
They didn't want it, yeah. So they were
Yeah.
protesting that outside, and then
Continue
after
marching.
it started a
That's
big debate.
marching.
It started
Because
a
they
big
shifted
debate
to
on
closing the borders and then Kid Rowley eventually.
even yeah. That
Yeah,
was
but
the-
that- but
that
that's not-
doesn't
that's
that is
not the
not
point,
it's
that's
not,
not
it's
the
not
point.
what happened here. So this is
So
what
people
I
want
said.
to channel.
This is what I said, right? And I this is literally this is anyway. I'll make my points afterwards.
Yes,
So I said
sir.
this in
Okay,
all.
wait. I feel like we did not explain the backstory a little
You-
bit enough, right? So let me just see if I can
All right, go
like,
ahead,
close
go
it
ahead,
up,
go ahead.
right?
If you think it's
Basically, the government allowed like Venezuelan immigrants to be able to register and work for a temporary period of 6 months, I think.
no,
It
they
is-
had a 2-week registration process.
Right.
It's a standard by the UN, I think, to give
Yeah, at least.
migrants
Yeah,
right.
2 weeks. The 2 weeks was going to end at that date,
Right.
and
Yeah,
I think there was a talk about extending it.
Because there was so much
People-
people who had not
Who
registered.
did not
Yeah.
get through?
Right.
Yes, and then after people came out to protest that
against the
extension.
extension.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Like.
So
move on.
yes, so that is what's happening, right? So
in case somebody who does not know is just listening to
No,
this
I
for the
fair,
first time.
fair. And nobody fighting you at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what you did there is correct, right? So I tweeted on that. I said, in all honesty, they're exercising their right. I'm definitely not saying I agree with it, but once it's peaceful and they aren't breaking any laws, they can do as they please. Again, stressing that I don't necessarily agree with
I
them.
read this on Twitter.
Right?
Oh, you
That is
saw
what
it,
I tweeted.
Here
So
we go.
somebody went on to
That was debate.
Oh no! I honestly didn't expect people to take that personally. I don't understand. Anyway,
Yes,
that's
yes,
what
yes,
we're gonna talk about.
Yes, it is.
And after somebody replied, and I quote, "They're exercising their right to be terrible people, but it's their right, so it's okay."
That's exactly in that voice.
Literally.
That's in that voice.
And then I went on to reply,
Let's take a couple.
"It's literally what democracy is about. I did not make up the rules."
That's
right?
exactly the tone he said it into.
And then the guy went on to reply, "Just say you agree with them with your chest."
And he asked for it.
And then I was flabbergasted. I was bamboozled. I was confused. I was like,
you know, when you're playing like I reach 99 coins, Sonic, I reach 99 coins, and you to get the 100 one day, like, the card currencies are what
I was so
Dog,
flabbergasted
dog,
because
dog.
I made my point very clear. I said I do not necessarily agree with what is going on. I made that clear
I love when you get
twice.
to do that, son.
Literally,
Yeah.
okay?
But the conversation really is about how people can't express an opinion about a situation
Objectively.
without being grouped into A or B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that desire for tribalism is ridiculous. Like
It is annoying.
it does not allow for conversation
That's
about anything to
mob
happen.
mentality.
Real talk.
It is craziness.
But
just hold on. I want to continue
Yeah,
reading.
really facts.
I want to continue reading. I want to continue
yes.
reading. So this sparked several discussions, right? So I went on to say, no, that's not what I'm saying because it's not what I said, right?
That's what you were saying.
And it's wrong for you to assume that when I clearly said I didn't. I just try to look at situations objectively, and I try my hardest to not pick sides. Because the minute we start picking sides, it's harder to start conversations that result in compromise and solutions to problems.
Agreed.
Right? Cool. It started, but this is,
Objectively thing.
just now, hold on. There was somebody like really went off on me. It's not the same person. I'm trying to find the person. Hold on. Wait. Just now, hold on. Where is it?
Right,
Come on.
This out. We don't have an editor.
Oh, okay. Ronell King. Ronell, I don't know who this is. This
At.
person, I am, look, I don't care. This is what, it doesn't matter. I just care about what he said. I don't care who it is. They are definitely bringing anguish to the migrant community. I can get behind the once it's peaceful and breaking any laws, they can do as they please BS. Not being a centrist for xenophobes. Okay, that is the point I wanted to.
People also love that xenophobia.
Yeah,
word.
it's a
All of
trend now.
sudden-
It's a
Yeah.
trend
No,
now.
but there's a word for it. People should use it.
No,
Yeah.
you're right, but it's a
Yeah.
trend because I asked a lot of
Sure.
people what does everybody uses it
Xenophobia.
differently. Sorry, just a lot of people use it differently in my
Continue,
opinion.
Sean.
Yeah.
It's just prejudice against
And
foreigner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that what she said there is where the debate should actually we could start talking from
Right.
Could you just reiterate?
Yeah, that's a good talking
I
point.
didn't
Yeah,
hear
yeah,
It is a good-
reiterate it. So you know.
there. So yeah,
Yeah.
she said they are definitely bringing anguish to the migrant community. I can't get behind you once it's peaceful and breaking any laws. They can do as they please BS. Not being a centrist for xenophobes.
No, that is a platform for conversation. What she just said there.
Yeah.
Because what she didn't. Here's how that is a platform for conversation. Things she did not do. Attack Coyle. Things she did not do. Group Coyle into a group of people.
Exactly.
Right? She was just talking about the thing Coyle mentioned, and she was expressing where she stood on it and her perspective. So now, two people can have a conversation about a thing, about two different perspectives, and progressively get to some kind of compromise.
Yeah. And okay, so but let's start that actual discussion though. I have a problem again. We will start back where we initially were going
I
to. Where
feel
you're
to play
going to.
devil's advocate.
So I know
No,
it's
it's okay.
No, it's fun.
For the purpose of discussion, because I feel
Alright.
like we've discussed this in person, so we cannot already have an understanding. But just for the purpose of discussion, I cannot let this opportunity go to Rick.
Well, hold on, guys. What are your views on the amount of Venezuelans coming here from an economic perspective?
I want to say something, right? So there are a lot of people who specifically came to Trinidad just to register. They don't even live in Trinidad, but just take advantage of the opportunity to register because they're not fully ready to leave as yet, right? I just wanted to say that. Continue.
Alright, so boom. I've got that kind of flicking confused me. We want to answer this question first.
Nah,
what
it's
are
very
our
tough
views-
to
what
that
are our
question.
views on the amount of people, Venezuelans coming here from an economic perspective?
Yeah.
Okay, can I answer first?
Of course!
So I think that the economy objectively cannot sustain the influx rate.
Hold on.
You see,
Cannot.
that's what I'm saying.
Right?
Like, that's what-
However, it does not mean that we can't try to do certain things.
That-
For
that-
example,
that question is a trap. Like,
the influx. It's definitely we can't sustain. Like we can't.
They just says probably in the heat of the moment with the uprising of the protest, people were emotional and this topic reply and those replies. Okay, I think she made a typo. Were based on emotions than logic. She made some typos.
Yeah,
there.
more than
Yeah.
more than likely
Yeah.
somebody responded emotionally.
they just see
But
these people like
people
coming
think-
in
but
like
here's the
in
thing.
their
But here's the thing.
area.
Twitter's the platform for that, right? Like Twitter's the place where people get an emotion and make it a thought and make it their stance on like that thing.
Yeah.
It's like people do need to learn to like be able to say, I don't like this. Why don't I like this? I don't like this because it appears that so and so.
You have to look at it more objectively rather than emotionally.
Yeah,
And
people.
also people are, and I want to. I keep saying people, but it's really sometimes we are victims of that as well.
Yeah,
But
of course.
People tend to kind of, especially when you have an emotional like
Connection.
connection to something,
Yeah.
we tend to not be objective. For example,
Yeah, we can, yeah,
in this
objective.
discussion, literally you have the right to protest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
You
extremely right.
literally have the
Yeah.
right to protest against anything.
No,
Yeah.
correct. No,
Yeah.
correct.
It's your constitutional right. However, because of our emotional attachment to wow, people's conditions in Venezuela versus no one. and
Yeah,
all
I
these-
guess what people might have had a problem with was that they may not have seen the point
Right.
of Coyle Street. But you and I know the point of
I
Coyle
know the
Street.
point. I
Right?
know.
What are you all doing? Are you all judging? What are you all doing?
Because
So what
Because
you're saying
truly
is
is-
that you are wrong for saying that using your right.
See,
What are y'all doing?
No, because you know what? Coyle knew what he was doing by framing his statement as a statement and not a question.
Exactly.
Because Coyle was truly confused and wanted to know whether or not people thought that they did not have a right to protest. He could have just asked.
exactly.
But that's not what Coyle did. Coyle stated that this is their right. And that obviously, like, there's no way that somebody
So,
doesn't read
yeah,
that.
yeah, that's-
and
that's cool.
Somebody doesn't read that and think to themselves, like, why? But why?
When you're emotional,
But what are you doing that for? But why is he saying that? Because people know that. Like, people
You see,
must
no,
know.
when you read something,
No.
But if so, right, good. So
No.
if they don't know, why don't ask?
You might widen.
So like, so they all realize.
No,
that
no, no,
that's
no,
like-
no, no. This is what that's what you see. What you're doing there is you do not let me say what I have to say.
Correct.
This is why I tend to come across sometimes as provocative. That's not the word. That's not provocative. Is it?
I would say so.
Provocative. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel as if the trend or what people like nowadays, you're trying to take more from what I'm trying to say.
no, I really
Yeah.
want you to get to it.
I
Under
don't
Section 4A of the Constitution, all citizens have the right to, in quotation, liberty, security of the person and enjoyment of the property, and the right not to be deprived thereof, except by due process of the law. This is with regards to protesting.
Yeah. So basically, it's justifying what I said, right?
Yeah,
All right. Yeah. So basically, what I
I know.
oh no, basically.
I did a low course.
What happened?
No, you see, I had no idea what I read.
That's
I know.
what I said. Go
He
ahead.
said,
Go ahead. No,
idea
go
what
ahead.
he
No,
just said.
you go
But anyway,
ahead.
all right.
You
So
go
no,
ahead.
sorry. I get sidetracked.
Right.
Anyway, boom. Basically, what I'm saying is, I'm noticing that people are afraid to voice or question things that are trending or
Without a doubt.
and I need to be that voice because I literally I don't need to be the voice. I don't need to be that
Quote
voice. I don't need to be I'm retracting that statement because people would go and run off on that. But people, a large amount of people who I talk to literally say, Koyal, I agree with what you were saying fundamentally, but I am afraid to speak because I am going to get attacked.
Yeah.
Literally, that is the
Koyal,
conversation.
And that's like
Koyal,
that's attack culture.
Koyal, why did you say why did you believe, what are the reasons that made you come to that decision that you think that this is, okay, let me word this properly. What made you come to the realization that it is okay to say this even though it's not publicly
Because
right
I'm not
for
saying
me to-
anything wrong. I'm stating a fact.
right. So
I'm literally stating a fact.
I don't know what how I'm trying to ask.
So I think what
this.
he's trying to ask, like, I think,
Yeah, you think.
think.
Try.
that what I'm trying to ask is like, what made you take this stance in general of like speaking about the unpopular opinion?
Because
Yes.
the unpopular opinion needs to be heard. I believe that there's a mass censorship on the other side because people are afraid. Yes, it is literally what's happening. It's literally is a mass censorship of what's happening or the opinions of the other side, and that is very dangerous.
Correct.
It is.
That is
Correct.
scary.
That is called when a minority becomes so big that it becomes the oppressor.
I
No,
don't know.
unpopularity.
No,
For example, let me explain where it is that before all this social media awareness age, where this was not it was popular among people in your circles, but it was not understood as a global popular opinion to have this mob mentality, right? Having a mob I don't know, I feel like I'm butchering this, my point, but what I'm trying to say is that, like, okay, when something is when something is on the other side, and it builds enough momentum that it now becomes like the cancer. For example,
Right.
how what do you call it? Feminazis, right? For example, where it's
That word in a long time.
the principle.
Yeah, go ahead.
Take the principle
Yeah,
of it,
yeah, of course.
where you come from a point of something that was unpopular before,
Mhm.
it became popular, and then now it started doing literally everything it set out to do,
No.
be against.
All right,
Right?
that
So that-
popular talk though.
No, but he's talking about extremism. He's talking about
No, yeah, extremism, yeah. But the popular, people need to stop saying popular. I don't like
Why?
that word.
because you don't like it when you
No, no,
It's
no,
unpopular,
no,
some
no,
reason
no.
popular
What-
is
yeah, what was
unpopular.
wrong?
Because
popular.
because it's not popular still.
What do you mean? What's not popular?
What that a specific example, the feminism
The
The
thing.
popular
No. So what? No. So he's
Feminism
talking
is not
about
popular.
When
the
something-
popularization of the feminist opinion.
No, and that is the point exactly. We think that these ideas are popular because the other side is being censored, and that is the problem.
No, but
We're saying the same
that
thing.
does make it no. So
it does not make it popular.
No.
it doesn't.
Wait.
Yeah, I'm
Listen,
listening. I'm
we got
listening.
something to talk.
Yeah.
Not that this is the generally held belief, but it's the generally seen belief. So
Yes.
that's what he's talking about.
Yes.
And that is what he's saying is popular. It's not something but like everybody believes this.
in
But
actual
rather,
numbers.
rather,
Yeah.
perception.
Okay, I can
What
agree
is
with that. I
being
agree with that. I
promoted?
agree with that. Yes. No, what is being
we are
seen?
not talking about feminazis.
Yeah, we're not talking about that. Let's
What
make
is-
that very
oh.
clear.
Literally, he was feminazis.
Oh, you're very ridiculous. Anyway, boom. I forgot what we were talking about initially.
Talking about when
Venezuela.
going against the status quo, how like it's been censored, there's a censorship against the
Yeah,
other
no,
side,
that's how dictatorships are formed.
right.
No, and you're right. No, and I think you're one of them, right? I support your.
I love it. Okay, let me hear.
Stop. We're not doing this. We're
No,
not having no
this is-
PC.
no.
We're not having no PC.
No.
theory here.
I'm not trying
We're
to be
having no
PC.
PC
I'm not
theory
trying to
here.
be PC. I'm trying to be explicit and very deliberate in the things that I'm saying. So he understands me.
I hear you. All right, go ahead.
Right?
go
I
ahead.
want him to
Disclaimers.
understand. No, not that. I want because like as you all know, I really care. I really care. You understand? But like no, I want to be clear. I do appreciate the stance you are taking in terms of like having a conversation about the unpopular side being here because I also agree in terms of like you can't. Echo chambers are dangerous, right? Where you can only hear one opinion resounding over and over. That's not a conversation. That's not a platform for growth. That is not a way for you to interface with something new, understand on the side. That is where empathy goes to die, right? And that makes you awful people. I don't even though, like, in principle it's supporting a good thing. When you lose sight of what the base of it is, like, you're trying to connect and understand people, you're trying to see the world better, and I know a lot of people are trying to do better, but when your response to anything alternative to your perspective is get out of here, he's a nasty this,
becomes a personal
so
attack.
when you start attacking people,
People.
for ideologies that can be like talked about, we all become uglier. We all become more and more terrible. So I appreciate the endeavor. I appreciate the perspective. But Koya,
Yes, let me hear
you
you.
and I both know.
Why you assuming I know?
Because Koya,
Because what?
because I
Because-
think you're a smart man. I don't think I know you're a smart man. Because I've interfaced with you enough to see that you do see, but you enjoy your fire. You enjoy your
Yes.
fire, which
That's
is
what
which
I said,
hey,
he's an anarchist.
hey, who doesn't? Who doesn't enjoy the fire?
Ah.
You understand? What? Go ahead. Devil's advocate. All right, cool. Right? But I also think that you aren't being as productive as you, because what you do, admittedly, is you make a mess. You make a mess that attracts everybody, and everybody tries to clean up the mess differently, and you're good. Like, as I have you all here in front of me, let's talk. Right? Like you have a way that's actually kind of genius. Like, it's kind
To
of
rile
genius.
them up.
Yeah, like, because he doesn't say anything necessarily wrong all the time,
Yeah.
but he will say
Something that Kanye
but he
West
will
feel
say
that.
something that
Controversial.
like gets people coming,
Yes,
and
I'm
as they
saying.
come, he says, "Whoa!
Can-
I didn't say that. What I actually said, guys, right?" And then
Kanye
you can
West
have a
needs to take a page
conversation.
from your book, bro.
But in doing that, the first thing you do is inflame and aggravate lots of people in ways that you don't, not necessarily intentionally, because you know the people that are going to come to it. I think.
And no, most of the time I do, I understand,
Yeah.
but the only way, you see, the only way you can really catch those people are by making
I don't
them.
think so, you know.
No, honestly, no. And this is through my experience. Literally, I have tried my hardest, and I'm talking about over the internet, and this is why I'm kind of strained.
Internet
So-
is very specific.
Yeah, I'm making sure I'm talking about the internet particularly.
Primarily Twitter.
In person, the dynamic is completely different. The energy is completely different. Most of the time, yeah, the energy is just different. So I go about it differently in person. I could sit down and we could talk face to face. I
Right.
can understand if you know what you're talking about, or if you just was talking because you could Google something on the internet, or you just read one article and you're basing the entire
Yeah.
opinion on that.
There's one
True
Wikipedia.
conversation. Yeah,
There's one-
literally.
that's
So
why I hate that.
in person is something different, but over the internet, the only way you're going to get people attention, if like I've tried it,
Yeah, no, you're
I've
right.
literally tried it.
No, you're right.
I have to put some kind of trauma on someone.
know he's gonna say
yeah. I have to traumatize somebody. I have to traumatize somebody. Yeah, no,
I was
literally.
having a mental countdown to when we're going to say trauma.
Yeah, no. You have to. And the thing is, but what I'm learning to is I'm going to do it in a way where I'm not going to say anything that is particularly wrong, because I'm not
Okay.
literally trying to provoke, but I'm
Because
because
you
what
are
I'm
trying to provoke.
no.
Yeah.
But you just
Trying
said
to invoke.
you're trying to invoke trauma. How is that not a provocation?
No.
Pro and invoke are two different things.
All right, okay. I'm
This
coming
is
to
my
say I
fault,
concede.
man.
Yeah.
I concede it. All right, fair enough. But
I
what I'm
don't want it to be like conceding, like you're trying to fight you.
no, I
Just-
know,
Yeah.
no. It's just how we are speaking.
Just making sure we are knee.
Cinema, respect.
I also want to check if they have anything to say there before we move on.
Bro, I love it though. It's genius. I follow Koyan on Twitter and I've seen this trend clearly.
Exactly.
Yeah, no,
Anyone that-
they know. Everybody
who's
knows.
seen it,
Everybody knows that
Um,
it's a way of like
No, it's
shock
brilliant.
value.
No, it's
shock
brilliant.
value. Let people.
What Koyal does. Oh my God, Koyal, you are clickbait.
Yes, yes.
Koyal is clickbait.
Yes.
Koyal is men on the moon, and then you click it like so eventually NASA
Yes.
like no, no, but like
But it
no,
works.
no,
I
because
feel
no,
like we
no,
live
but
in a
no.
place where attention span and all these things where people on the internet,
Yeah.
internet quickly react with emotion before logic.
Hey,
As the person
oh, no,
mentioned.
no, we don't. You say we live in an age that's always been true. That we've always
It's always
reacted.
been. We just have
I-
our awareness. of
Yeah,
it
we just
different
have a
level.
platform now to be able to where dog attention is the currency, and dog, I don't give you wrong with you. I don't give you wrong for your mission. I just think there's something fundamentally. You're getting better at it. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm
Because,
improving. No.
no, you're improving because what Coil used.
No,
to do-
I'm gonna admit it though. I'm going to be real. I'm going to admit it, and I don't think I.
My
And this
boy.
is why I think this is important because growing is stating your growth and understanding that you did make mistakes in the past
Yeah,
is
easy.
very important.
Yeah,
you
for sure.
understand?
Facts.
And the
For
minute
sure.
you think that you were always this perfect, that is bad fundamentally. In the beginning, back in the Facebook days, at first, I'm gonna tell you, no, that's Facebook. I used to. Basically, every weekend I had a scheduled time to post something controversial and start the fire.
Sunday evenings.
I can't,
You
nah, I
used
can't
to
lie.
plan
Everybody's
your
home.
No, I didn't plan my post, but it used to be like every week, literally.
Oh.
And it used to be like people were literally mad. Like, no.
Bro, what are some classic topics?
Let me give you one.
Homosexuality is
No,
a
no,
choice.
no, I never.
Is that
No. You see,
Classic.
that is dangerous when you're doing that. I never said that. No, big
No,
something that's
No,
more.
I'm not saying you said. I'm just giving you some of the classic Sunday.
It sounded like that was one of
What?
the things
Yeah,
he
I
said.
never said that.
Not you. No.
Let's do it now. Let's do
He
it now.
did not say that.
Somebody gonna cut it.
Why?
Edit it together and said that's what the man
Wow.
said. Wow, Coil, I didn't know you were.
Can't
I didn't say that. I didn't
Those
say
are
that.
those are some
I
classic,
didn't know it's all
controversial
homophobic
Sunday
thing.
evening posts.
No,
but that's
I
not
would
what you
never
said.
say that.
But no,
I'm
but
gonna
let's
give
talk
you an
about-
example. I'm gonna give you an example. So one that specifically started and was like trending for like 2 or 3 weeks. Like I'm telling you, people are talking about this in lessons and they're coming back telling my sister and telling my friends, oh Coil, because there's such a thing. Say, and they are legit mad, literally upset,
Mob mentality.
crazy, yeah. And it was basically this. So I was saying, I can't remember it exactly, but I'm trying to get the essence of what I was trying to say. I was talking about feminism and carnival.
Ah, buddy, go ahead.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I was
That
saying,
is a controversial
I was
topic.
saying that it doesn't really make sense for feminists to really. I can't see how feminists could
You
totally
couldn't-
enjoy
you couldn't tell.
carnival.
Right.
Because carnival, the basis of what carnival is demoralizing or is sexualizing women.
And
It's a two-sided coin.
yeah.
You understand? So I understood, but that pissed people off.
No, wait. Because I'm certain.
Let's break it down.
Because I'm certain.
No, that happened when I was in lower 6 or form 5.
Yeah.
So I
yeah,
was
so,
younger.
so I'm certain that like you didn't state it that. Calm me.
No.
So like you know, so
I honestly wish I could really pull it up.
you probably
I
could.
honestly
I don't get me wrong.
I can't.
So yeah,
Try to
run
do it,
up,
try to
run
do
up,
it, yeah.
run it.
So I was saying, feminism. No, this is what I said. I remember now.
There we go.
Feminists who take part in carnival or something with carnival shouldn't be taken seriously.
There we go. Oh God.
That's it.
Oh,
It just came back to me.
So now we're not.
Feminists who take part in carnival should not be taken seriously.
Right.
Something along those lines.
No, listen.
I can't remember exactly
No, you
what I
can
said.
definitely understand why that would infuriate lots of people. Because
At
That's
that
what you
point
meant
in
to
time, honestly, my level of understanding was warped.
yeah.
And I was doing things like that. Also, I had different motivations for doing things. So sometimes I would like read something at one point in time and I'll be like, okay, I need to get this thought out.
Yeah.
We had that, and this is what I think. No, it was lower 6 because I was talking to Mr. Chinapu again. Mr. Chinapu was my
Man,
sociology
Oh.
lessons
I'm gonna
teacher.
get a text. You tell me the code.
What?
I'm gonna get a text. These 2-factor verification
On
What are you
YouTube.
talking about?
for Facebook. My
Oh,
phone.
Facebook.
What are you talking
Just
about? Oh, alright,
so-
anyway. Okay, yeah.
Let it go,
So,
let it go.
sometimes it stemmed out of me, honestly, just being bored and wanting to say what people have to say.
Mm.
Honestly. And sometimes I just was like, dog, you know what? Half of these niggas don't know what they're talking about. Let me get them angry and hear what they really have
Yeah.
to say.
Right.
So it's a provoking. Honestly, that is provoking
Yeah.
people.
No, but it was.
Yeah, honestly,
Which I thought was, which I still think fundamentally is a problem. Not judging you now, but
No, but
like,
yeah.
talking about because there are people who still do things like that, right?
yeah.
There are lots of ways to start a conversation, ask a question, to get that dialogue out there without deciding who should and shouldn't be taken seriously. No.
Yeah.
No.
You're right.
I am not the king of PC. Me, I would tell his ass, so I'm a mother, so and so. I would tell you all that on a regular. But I also feel like in the essence of trying to start a conversation, you can't immediately antagonize the people.
Yeah.
You can't. And like one of the things that I'm saying is that like you've gotten a lot better at interfacing with people that you don't agree with. You've gotten a lot better.
Yeah,
and
no,
I think
no.
that's all part of the growth and a part of the journey, right?
It was a part of the journey,
But I
honestly.
think it's also important.
Definitely.
I also feel like it's important that while we're trying to consider the other point of view,
Yeah.
most people that comes from a when you're on the I don't want to say minority, but when you're on the unpopular point of view,
Mhm.
most people on the popular point of view tend to overlook that. Let me consider what this person is saying.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, but that is what we're talking about. Like, in a
So
sense of like,
that's back to the conversation we're having, which is basically people react with emotions before logic, before thinking through. Let me read this properly and see what this person is trying to say.
Yeah.
And try to
No,
understand.
no.
Versus what? The first
Basically,
thing that I read,
no.
What?
People
Talking
don't
about
care.
this?
No, people want to be right based on the identity
Yeah.
they are aligning themselves
Sure,
with. They
sure.
they don't
Their
care
social-
about the
their
conversation.
cloud
Wait,
profile.
what?
They cloud profile.
Say that again?
People want to be right based on the ideology or the identify they are aligning themselves with.
So they
Okay, so basically, there's no in between. I as a left, as if I as a no. I'm giving examples. I'm gonna give examples on both sides.
Okay.
I am a leftist. I'm a liberal.
Okay.
which one? Go ahead. Sorry, that was I felt like
I am a liberal, so I cannot admit that Donald Trump did anything good
Oh.
Yeah.
okay,
because
okay,
it's
okay.
against what
because it's dangerous too.
my ideology.
Yes. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. I get what you
And
mean.
worse, it's dangerous to the people. It's dangerous for me.
people you represent.
It's dangerous for me to express something positive against for a side that I'm against because of the people on my side
Yeah.
assuming that I'm not on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of
It'll
like
make you look
yeah.
fake, basically.
Hey, if it's just fake, dog, you are so lucky.
Yeah, no, for real.
If it's just fake, you're fine.
In simpler.
What it can do is destroy and tear down a person on a career.
Yeah.
It has there's a great book called Being Wrong on the Internet, right? Like where they give different stories about a person who might have fired off a bad tweet or like said a bad joke on Facebook or like expressed something that would have expressed something lightly, phrased it badly, and lost their entire lives.
Yeah.
No, it got like
while for some people they should be held accountable. A lot of times
Yeah.
people aren't given the opportunity to say, okay, this is so and so years ago. I no longer.
Oh, yeah, boy, yeah,
One,
that's
that's
another thing.
one.
That's
That's
another
one.
thing.
Two,
Right.
also is like because of literally the way you phrased it,
Yeah.
there is no redemption for you basically.
Yeah, and what it is that like that's particularly dangerous in the modern era, as we like to say, because
You can't take back.
because people, because okay, so when lots of people were growing up pre-internet age, we had lots of people said had lots of wild opinions. People had lots of dumb things they thought and said. I had lots of dumb things I thought and said, but I didn't have access to everybody in the world.
Yeah.
Right? I didn't have access to be able to say something that could influence lots of people. So like when you're that inflammatory, that you have to be a lot more careful with the things. Do you have to be?
You should
It's
be.
important,
It's
or
important.
be aware
Be aware. That's the
Be
better word to
aware.
use. Yeah, of what you're saying.
of the things you say on the
And
internet,
how you say it.
and be aware of how you say it, and be
Yeah.
aware that like though you may not care, there are people who care, and you need to be prepared for
Yeah.
that. Because you're allowed to not care. You're allowed to say things however you want to say it. Like you're grown. You're
Yeah.
grown. Make your own decisions.
So I want to ask a question.
But be
after
prepared.
this. Right. So you remember when again, like let's try and keep the principle of this, right? When there was the Kanye West issue where with the slavery is a choice, right? Where
Regardless.
on one hand where he was talking about like, okay, could you just repeat what he said last again?
Hmm?
Could you repeat what was the last thing? you
So the
said?
thing with
Yeah, well,
Kanye
things-
West,
Oh.
Right, so right. I get back my chain of thought, right? Basically, right? Where again, I'm asking a question. I want to hear your point of view,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Where it's like, on one hand, it's like you are allowed to have an opinion, period, right? On the next hand, is that like your opinion. The people who most have anything with the, like certain words, for example, the F word, not fuck, the other one, right? Where when
Another-
wow, so you could just say the other one.
right.
Sorry to all my teenagers who don't know what that word means. I am sorry,
Nobody
right?
knows what I
We
would mean.
just
It's just a profanity.
we just use
I
a
rather
bad
say
word.
the other one for that
And
other word.
what's the
right?
other F word?
I'm not gonna say it online or on person, right?
The word
Oh,
Tyler,
okay.
the creator, used all
That's
the time.
that's what you call the F word.
That's
That's
what
an
people
exception.
faggot.
Yeah,
That's
but
the
like
word.
that's
Go ahead, that's fine.
Yeah,
That's
Right,
faggot,
but
yeah.
basically, now I'm just mentioning this again. Right, basically, there's people whose livelihood, literally, like, this is a reality that, like, life and death literally depends on that for them. For example, what back to the example of Kanye West, where he talked about the slavery and so on, where black people are being persecuted, right? On one hand, is that like it is a reality. This is what people's like. People, that's the last thing they hear
I don't know
before they died.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Dog,
So-
I don't want to talk about Kanye myself.
No, no,
I don't.
the principle.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about
I'm
Kanye
talking
myself.
about like I'm asking the question with regards to the principle of like having an opinion versus when it's actually somebody's reality, right? Back to
Bro, listen to this, right? If that is the flicking thing, we can't talk about anything, though. Literally.
Wait, no, see, no, you've taken like 6 steps forward, though. Whoa,
No,
come on.
bro, like
Come on.
this is
everything.
beginning
on.
to just get
So what you
acted.
what? No,
This
what
laptop is getting acted on. I'm feeling. I don't know what to do.
I mean,
Active.
Like I'm feeling.
your disk is full. That means
Yes,
something
it's-
is running in the back and it's freezing up. I don't know what's happening. Hold on.
you have like 20 tabs open. That's what's happening.
No, it probably is, and it's also because I have Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator open.
That's probably why.
Yeah, maybe I might
Man,
slightly
you don't
affect
care
Well,
about-
no, but Ram, nah, boy.
You don't care about
I
Ram,
pay
you-
partner. I pay Tim Cook 15,000 for my flicking MacBook Pro.
1500.
That mean your RAM had a burnout?
No, I expect
Oh,
quality. You
No, but
understand?
you're running Photoshop and come on.
No,
And you have
it's,
20
it's,
come.
nah, it's mad. It's,
Yeah.
it's moving mad slow though.
No, but your disc is full. G.
Yeah, it's moving mad slow though. Hold on. Y'all continue talking.
Right, so
I'm gonna try to
an
fix
next
this.
example would be like saying literally
Shit.
Chelsea is one of the best clubs in the world. However, Messi and Ronaldo are amazing players. Where hold
No,
on,
hold on. Just retract that statement. Chelsea is real garbage. Let me continue.
right? Chelsea.
Are you just saying like when people's opinion like objectively wrong?
No, I'm trying to bring it back to when people say that like once you highlight one aspect of the other side, like you can't say Donald Trump is good being what's the word? Progress.
A liberal.
A liberal. Where you could say
Leftist.
literally Messi and Ronaldo are amazing players, even though I'm a Chelsea fan.
Mhm.
Now people will be like, nah, you're not a true fan because you can acknowledge
Yeah, I
reality,
understand
which is
what
like.
you're
Yeah, I hear you.
So that's something similar. I'm just trying to like bring it.
Oh.
more
Yeah, so the
relatable
problem
like
when it
context.
comes to identity politics and tribal, it's so funny, right?
So instead of using base, when you said
No.
it was like identity politics.
Dog,
like,
it's
yeah,
real
God.
funny.
Oh Lord.
This is
What
what
do
I'm
you
No, but
like.
you started to talk about something there about how this can't talk about nothing.
No, we'll get to that after that. We'll get to that after. I want to talk about the identity politics. Let me tell you the problem.
Okay.
It's ironic. It's funny as hell.
Politics on the whole is a very, very long topic, but let's go on. Pause.
I don't know
Anyway.
nothing about politics.
Pause. Anyway, boom. No, identity politics is basic. What we define identity politics already. You did that?
No, you have not
No.
defined.
I think you'll give a better
I
explanation.
feel
What is
we
identity
have the
politics?
internet. I thought it's possible.
My computer's freezing.
I could type
I
it
have
up.
a
Anyway,
server.
okay. So identity politics. By the time as we get up, what the actual
As our
definition
intern pulls
is.
up and fact
Yeah.
check.
My intern.
We are now aligning our identities with our ideas. So the minute somebody attacks an idea that is opposite to what you fundamentally believe in, they are attacking you personally.
Oh.
That is wrong.
Yeah.
That is very wrong. So that means now that if you get a better idea, or if you come across somebody with a better argument, you cannot agree with them.
Identity politics.
A tendency for people of a particular religion, race, social background, etc., to form exclusive political alliances, moving away from traditional broad-based party politics.
Yes. And we have. I'm gonna wait till this. I'm gonna end this now and I'm gonna start it back.
What does
10
he say? What does he say?
seconds.
What does he say before the end?
Just now, hold on. Shit.
gone.
Let's do this shit.
I'm gonna. That's not. Let me go
He's
back
like,
up.
whoa, okay.
Yeah, that's a Risa. Risa's a beautiful young lady. No, she is. And she
Alright,
is.
so,
Wow, this podcast is long.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
This
wow.
podcast is long.
Anyway,
pause.
what I was gonna say.
Mhm.
Yeah, we really get on like flicking Joe Rogan and them niggas though, right? They be flicking, we don't start doing this crap though, like oh.
I tell you. Anyway, so identity
What the hell?
politics.
Yeah, alright, so identity politics, boom. People coming back
True.
on. Let's just wait till the
Anything
audience
on
gets
Twitch?
back. Let's wait till
Anybody
the...
saying anything on Twitch?
Nah, not on Twitch.
Oh, we
Alright, so
didn't
the-
link the Twitch.
No, we didn't. I didn't post on Twitch.
Anyway,
I didn't
we'll
post on
figure it out
Instagram.
afterwards. We'll figure it out afterwards. So let's get back to this now. What is so funny is our generation
Oh boy.
is so
Group thinking.
no, not even that. We would like to boast that racism, and we are no longer voting for UNC and PNM based on race anymore, when we are doing the exact same thing with our ideologies.
But
Literally, no. Listen to it. No, listen.
No,
It is
but-
it is an
no,
example
wait.
of the same identity
But
politics.
I like it. Go on.
Literally.
Please tell
So
me.
basically, no. So
Now hold the laptop. Come.
yeah.
Come,
So
go on,
basically,
pull up your
we
RAM now.
we. So basically, dog, your niggas are the worst though. I hate y'all, dog. I hate y'all, dog. No, but yeah, so on Twitter, everybody's like, we the generation for the change. We no longer voting on race. We voting on issues, whatever. But this same philosophy of I can't agree with you if my idea is we can't be friends if my idea is completely different. It's the exact same thing in essence.
Yeah.
It's just
True.
a different.
Yeah.
So it's just ironic. to me.
It's the same thing in a different
Is this yes?
No,
is
wait,
it,
no,
yes.
no.
Vote for something.
I agree.
Kind of.
No, but I will agree. But I also like to add in the nuance
Okay, I didn't nuance. Yes.
of like for lots of people, the politics you hold defines their life. So,
Their life is affected directly by it. too.
yeah. So, for instance, I can, you and I can sit down here and be cool if we don't agree on what they could call universal basic income, right? We could sit down here and
Universal basic.
Football.
we could sit down football. Yeah, we could sit down here and we
Yeah.
could vibe. We could talk on
Yeah,
that.
he supports man.
But
U.
if I am gay, right, and
Nah,
you're
nah,
a
nah.
homophobe,
Okay.
we can't be friends. And as your politics, right? That's
Because
your
it
that's your
directly-
politics.
it
Because
directly-
you there are lots of things you hold in belief that dehumanizes who I am, and I can't personally.
The Kanye West thing.
But we
I
don't
bel-
want to talk about
I-
Kanye.
And the-
But
I said the principle-
No, we just don't want to talk about Kanye right now.
The
It's cool.
principle.
Hey.
We
You're right.
just don't want to
Well,
talk
you're
about
right.
Kanye, dog.
You're right. We didn't give you a chance to speak. We didn't give you a chance to speak and express yourself, and we'd have gotten here a lot sooner if you really stopped and taken
No,
the time to
it's
listen to you.
2:05,
You
dog.
understand? I'm real
We've been
sorry.
live for
I'm real
2
sorry.
hours and like 10
It's,
minutes.
no, it's been. Wait.
So we're going at half past.
I just want to say that
Let me finish it up now.
Yeah,
let
wrap it up,
Yeah, let's
let's
wrap it up. Let's wrap
so
it up.
that when lots of people are coming, there's a reason people's emotional reactions are so strong, or why they have to vote on certain ideologies, because certain political opinions, certain social opinions
Affect them
are
directly.
violent to them and the way they
Yeah,
live,
fair
right?
enough, okay.
So I also like to put that nuance in there that they're not just saying, well, I have to be a feminist, so I talk all of the men that thing, or they're like, I have to be a pro-choice. Like they really are being so strong in this and being so explicit with the things that they are saying, so make sure that like people understand that this is not just a matter of, well, I like to think this and I want to be right, but this really could be a matter of not necessarily life and death. That's not necessarily, sometimes it is, but significant quality of life. for
Yeah,
them.
fair enough.
And
Yeah,
they're directly
We got that
affected.
from there.
yeah. Well, alright, boom. It was nice.
Laziness is a myth.
Wait.
Laziness is a-
Sleepers. What are you listening to?
Excuse me.
Right now,
What music?
Music.
are you
dog, that Drake, dog.
What is a new drink?
Yeah, two.
Guidance?
No, bruv, where you living, dog?
Brian, listen, you and Brian don't live the same life.
listening to?
Yeah, you and Brian do not
Yeah.
live the same life.
Don't even explain.
Just-
Move on.
Yeah,
No,
dog,
what was he
Drizzy
doing?
dropped 2 songs, bro, for the right after the Raptors one.
Really?
Yeah, it's hard, dog. Stop.
This was
Stop,
happening
though.
when you're in album mode.
I
He was
have-
in
Yeah, he's an album mode. Fair,
Exactly.
fair,
he was
fair,
in
fair,
album
fair. I
mode.
guess
You
so.
know
I
when I
guess so.
listen to nothing to pollute your creative process.
I've
Well,
been listening to a lot of Rico Nasty.
Okay.
niggas listen to that.
I don't know, but I listen to
Yes,
Rico Nasty.
yes.
Serious, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yes,
I didn't know
yes.
like
Tia
people.
Tamara was like,
No, I'm talking about Smack Up,
Before-
bitch.
I know.
I'm talking about. Dog,
I saw
love,
the
dog, I
post.
love.
I know
You know what I
Tia
love about
Tamara.
that song? You love about that song?
I know the
She is
song.
so grateful when she, because like a big lyric in the song, the chorus of the song is like, "Thank God I didn't have to smack a bitch today." Dog,
I think
dog,
I heard the song.
she is
Sahai
so
probably played it sometime.
grateful when she's saying, she's talking
I
from
feel
her
like that's Sahai
chest.
character.
I love
she's
it.
thank like
I love
the
it.
joy of not having to.
Just smack.
What
What
do you
am I
listen to?
listening to? Right now, I am listening to Reek's project that just dropped.
Right.
You know, I don't know if he went to your school, but he lands with Sadler and Basti and Justin and all them.
Yeah.
Reek.
Yeah.
Rick?
Yeah, he
Oh,
dropped
yeah,
up
yeah.
there.
Oh.
No, he didn't go
Wasn't
to my
there a
school.
song Blend?
Yeah, I think that's the name of the.
Yeah.
He's dropped a project basically. I can't remember the name,
It's
but
not
I know
out yet. The album's not out yet.
it's on Apple Music.
The whole album.
I know there was a project on Apple Music that I gave him to add it, and he's like, "It's there."
What's that listen?
Nah,
No, I started
because
listening to
I
Georgia
know
Smith
that
recently
one
too.
song
Ah,
is
but
out.
Dog,
I think
Georgia Smith is amazing. I love her,
Go to what I'm listening
and
to.
I also love
I
Zendaya
don't know,
Coleman. And Zendaya Coleman and I are going to get married,
Right, I'm
Yeah.
listening.
and I'm inviting
listening
all
to
of
Reek.
y'all to the wedding. But Zendaya Coleman is my wife, and she just started a new series. What's the name of the series?
Who?
Zendaya.
I don't know.
Y'all niggas fake as hell. Wow.
What the hell? You're locking
anyways,
Oh, yeah, because I'm trying to find it on mine.
I'm listening to Reek. I'm also listening to somebody called Santi. Anybody
Santi.
who's met me in person knows how crazy I am about Santi.
Who's Santi?
I was in Gino's early last week and somebody played 4 Santi songs back to back and I nearly cried. Because that's like me
Who's
hearing
Santi?
is a Nigerian artist who
Oh.
is now signed to Gold Link and Dram. I think it's a distribution. I don't know exactly the deal or the nature of it, but he's like a Nigerian artist out of the whole new movement called the Alte movement.
The what?
Forte.
Alternative. Basically,
Okay.
people who are going against the status quo of what is mainstream Nigerian music
Hey.
export.
Ah, you creators. Nice.
Dog, stop calling nigga. Look,
I was just.
Why you hate that
happened?
word?
We're
Why-
gonna
why
ban
you hate that
certain
word?
words.
What happened
Creators.
to that?
We're banning the word
Oh, that's what we're
creative.
doing? We're doing
Yeah, we're banning
censorship
we're
now?
not-
We are
we're not
banning.
censoring. We're
You-
not
you are
censoring.
going to
We
jail.
are not censoring
You're going to
niggas.
jail. You're
Niggas
going
ain't
to
getting
jail.
censored. Niggas are not
You're
getting
going to
censored.
jail if you say
We are
the
the minute we
Then
start
to try her
censoring.
back to
No.
back.
We
Which is
aren't
going on.
censoring
You're
niggas.
going to
so.
jail if you say creatives.
What happens in
No.
jail?
Just say breaters because we don't use the word C no more. You don't put the B in it. Breaters.
No, like
Yeah, so what you been listening to,
Later
Brian?
is
I've
why
been listening
Oh,
to.
come on,
but
is that
as a
one?
person too.
Wow.
I wanna be listening to Brian's
I told you. I told you. I told you,
It's a
Brian.
full-length
and you
album,
lived different
12
lives.
songs.
Yeah, yeah.
Brian's
Disqualified,
album is what I'm going to be listening to by the next episode.
yeah. Man, love what's all dog.
That's quite July 10th that dropping, man.
Man.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna see if I could buy it from you before it release.
Can you
It'll be
just...
on iTunes and then. And
Before it release, I wanna buy it before it release.
what? You are the
I want
exclusive.
to listen to it before it release, and I'm paying for it.
This nigga want the flicking.
I don't even know like how much I would charge
This
for that.
nigga listening to Pretty
Don't
Pretty
say
Flacco
that now,
Judy.
brother. Come
You
on.
know.
I listened to Get You by Daniel Caesar about 30 times today.
That
On
song, when it's raining, that song is the worst song I should be playing. I'm just saying
And
that.
but like always listening to Alex G.
Mm.
That's my guy forever. That's like
What genre is that?
it's like weird indie music.
Okay.
Now, indie music is a vibe, though.
Real.
For sure,
Real,
though.
real.
The first time I
The
heard indie, I
Pixies.
thought it
Dog,
was
hey,
Indian.
hey.
Me too.
Guys,
Yeah, it's time to go.
have a good night.
Yeah, later,
Alright.
fellas. But it
Yeah.
was nice.
Wait,
Thanks.
Before we
Wow.
sign out, don't forget to, just
Do the damn thing.
yeah, big up
Listen.
yourself. Shout out to my moms.
Dog, can you just dog, kill it.
Shout out to my co-worker. Shout out to my dogs. Them big up man like Sweezy down in the 868.
Man's like Swayze, you know.
Big up man like Steve-O with 4 E's,
When you
2
see
B's
me,
and 2
you better talk to me nice. I understand. When you see me, you better wave nice too. R-E-R-E.
Listen. When the man mother put us out, when the man said,
R-E-R-E. You better talk to me nice too. You know, my boy Sal out here in his Quicksilver shorts. You know, out here. You know. Alright,
Big up
later, my
native
fellas, bye.
culture. Big
Later,
up
my
native
fellas, bye.
culture. June
dog, if you
22nd.
don't cut it off,
Kai's
you keep talking.
Kaiso Blues is the last plug.
Shout out Ashley!
Native
Is
culture.
you stupid? Is you dumb?
Native
Pick one.
culture, native culture, 22nd of June, Kaiso Blues, $150. Please,
Okay.
one culture, one CULTR on Instagram and Twitter. Follow to get your tickets. Boom, me outside like a class clown.
Alright, boom, alright, yeah, it was nice. It was nice. Fellas, it was
That was
Yeah,
nice.
time
Alright,
to-
I'll turn around
it
to
was
Twitch there.
amazing.
Later.
Time to go
Thanks for
home.
jumping in.
Always amazing.
No, I'm signing out. I'm